Trash to Cash podcast episode sometime in July of 2024. How's it going?
Yes.
Could be August. We don't even know.
We don't
anymore.
know, guys. It could be
It's a month.
It
It's
could
probably
be
August.
2026.
Kevin,
We
you
don't
usually
know.
keep track of these things. It's August, right?
No,
It's early
dude,
August.
Even I can't keep track of this anymore.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Kevin is drinking pure vodka, and that's
Pure,
literally
straight
that whole
vodka.
cup. Pure vodka.
Tequila.
It's
Tequila.
Oh, he's gonna be.
Oh,
his
my
clothes
God.
are gonna fall off by the end of the
I
episode,
know.
boys.
We had to tell him to put clothes on before we started too. It's just
Oh,
this
wait,
dude
let
is
me
very free with his body.
Let me get on Carrie's level here. Can I? How come I can't get zoomed in? How you boys doing?
I can go back more.
I'm doing okay.
So I'm
you
good.
sound
How are you, man?
refreshed. How come you sound so
You sound
vibrant and
good.
refreshed, Dave? Because you stopped
because-
reselling?
Dude, I've done so for the last 2 days. It's a weekend. We're recording this on a Sunday.
Stop
and
selling stuff.
yesterday and today, I really didn't do any work.
Yeah, you're just
I
cooking
did-
daddy now.
I made this mistake. I don't know if it's a mistake or a good thing, but like, I got all ready for vacation in a tizzy, and I'm ready, and it's a week away. I really don't have to do anything else.
There you go.
All done.
But you can get ahead because when you come
I
back,
can,
you don't
I
wanna
can,
rush,
and
you
I
know?
keep saying that to myself, right?
But
I'm like,
when
I'm
you
gonna
don't
get ahead.
have to.
Yeah, when you don't have to, when there's not that fire under
There's
your booty, it's
nothing-
like, eh.
There's nothing sweeter than a pre-vacation vacation where
Yeah.
you just.
You know, that's like
Because I'm typically like not prepared until I walk out the door and I forgot 6 things and I got to go back and it takes another half hour. I'm never ready
Yep.
for a
Yeah.
vacation. Is what
Well,
I'm saying.
there's
my
a million
sales
things-
tanked, and then I did all
Did
the
they?
right stuff, and they went up, and then I'm like, sweet, they're up, and I'm like, I'll take a break, and they went back down.
Yeah, Kevin, at your age, you got to keep on it.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I
keep
was
it
saying.
up.
At
Keep it
your
up.
age, just
Keep
be
it up.
happy whenever it goes up. Whenever it goes
Yes.
up, be thankful.
Yeah, no,
gonna need
it's so there's infinity things I could do. I could make TikToks, I could make Facebook
Yes,
videos.
you can make.
But what I find myself doing is just refreshing YouTube
Is
Studio.
just sending us every time I get a
YouTube
cooking
Studio.
with Dave screenshot. It's like 1,000 more subs, dude. You're like young. You're like young without the dyed hair, bleached hair, Guy Fieri now. That's kind of who you are.
Listen, it's
Have
fine.
you been recognized yet at like a Walmart in the
No.
meat section?
No. It's finally slowing down, and I've been watching it like a hawk, so I can say conclusively it's slowing down. But it's been a fun ride. It's always a fun ride when YouTube gives you that little boost.
Yeah.
But it had to end eventually.
Oh,
but
just-
no, the point is I did nothing this weekend. Literally, like I tried Saturday morning and Sunday morning before church to edit footage. And out of I think 4 hours of sitting at my computer, I got 12 minutes done.
Oh my gosh, Dave, that's brutal.
It's like,
You
I
should
was so
edit it like
distracted
me.
and yeah.
You get
I
that
don't-
phone.
what,
You
pay
just
someone?
edit at church. No, you just edit
Oh,
at
yeah,
church.
there
Or
you
just
go.
at it at church. Okay.
Right there
No,
on the phone.
it was-
Yeah, I don't remember reading that you could do that in the Bible.
Yeah. No, and then afterwards, me and Tina, I'm like, hey, you want to go down to the pool? And we go, I have a pool, but there's a big,
You're so rich. There's 2.
No,
pools.
my mom is a member of this timeshare. She got suckered into a timeshare years ago, but timeshare's in this town, and they've got a very nice pool with hot tubs and a sauna and stuff.
She got a
And so-
timeshare in her own town?
Yeah, actually, it kind of makes sense. It's got a gym too, and the fees are $20 a month.
We
So it actually
messaged-
isn't that bad of a deal.
We messaged because you were walking about a month ago and you walked by a house that was for rent, and we
Yeah.
called them because we're like, if
Yep.
we're a block away from Dave, that would be dope. And they're very adamant that there's no animals. He was just, I'm
In
like,
that
well, do you have
house,
other
yeah.
properties that allow animals? He's like, no, and then he just hung up on me. So,
but to
yeah.
be fair, you deserved that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I felt like a little brusque.
Brisk.
Yeah,
Brisk.
is that they still do iced tea? Testicles?
I don't know. No, but Kevin, so all of
Yeah.
us can go to this thing. She pays $20 a month. There's probably 15 of us that use this, and it's $20 a month, including there's a gym there. I mean, I don't use it, but I've looked at it. I'm like, hey, there's a gym. I'm not going to be using that. And then I walk right by it and I grab some more candy. But it's cool.
I've had a pool maybe a 2-minute walk from my apartment for 2 years now, and I haven't been
never
once.
gone in it,
I've been to
yeah.
the gym many
Really?
times though,
Oh, man,
honestly,
even
but
I'd
I
go
have
to
not
the
been to the
pool
pool.
every once in a while.
I don't know, man. I grew up in California. I had
You
not
could
to
sit
brag,
out
an
there
Olympic-sized pool. I've had it. I've been
Oh,
there. I've done that.
nice. Could list stuff by the pool. Just
Yeah,
a
you
little
could.
sun
See,
tan.
that's,
Well, okay,
that's
so
like
this
a
is-
you thing.
This is something I'm trying to take a page out of Kevin's book. So Saturday morning, I'm really struggling. Because there's 2 things going on in my backyard right now, and I don't mean my booty. I mean my actual backyard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want
There's
to
only
clarify.
one thing going on in that.
Yeah.
Poo poo. Okay, so
The poop.
lots of bugs. We've got lots of bugs right now in
Ah.
Florida, more than I think last year, like more than I've seen since I moved here. We got a lot of like little gnats that fly around and drive you nuts, and they fly like into your eyes and stuff. And mosquitoes, and I am mosquito bait. Like if I'm out there for 5 minutes, I get all these mosquito bites. Well, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to, because I really like working in the back lanai when it comes to editing footage. When I sit in here, I don't know, it feels like there's no windows or anything. It's a dark.
I know what a
know.
lanai is because I watch Golden Girls.
Same thing
so
as
I know.
Kevin sitting under his tree. Kevin likes to sit under his tree to edit. There's
I'm telling
something
you,
freeing,
that's where I
you
get
know?
my
So folksy.
work done. It's awesome.
It's like emotionally freeing. It doesn't feel like you're working. It feels like you're relaxing and accomplishing at the same time. Anyway, since I was doing really good in June, sitting out there, it wasn't too hot yet, and I have a fan right over me, and the bugs weren't bad, and so that's when I got a ton of editing done. But now I can't do it anymore, and that's why I'm struggling. And so I said to Tina, I said, let's go down to the beach. I texted you guys. So let's go down to the beach for breakfast. I'm going to try to find a spot to edit at the beach. How's that
Look
for
at
an
you,
idea,
dude.
Kev?
Dude, you're
Yeah.
fully retired.
Me and
You're
Tina
fully
went and
retired.
did recon at the beach, and I found a picnic table and a little coffee shop across the road that lets you just sit there and edit. So I'm starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be going down to the beach to edit.
As
in the
opposed
morning
to
to
the
see
other
if that
ones
helps.
who
Yeah,
have
it's
the
gonna
no
be like
editing
you and
side.
the Bitcoin bros and like the stock market bros hanging out at the
Well,
coffee
Kev,
shop.
a lot of the coffee shops on the beach are also restaurants, so they want you like sitting, ordering food, and leaving. I went to like 3 of them and found
Well,
one
if
that's
you
just
were
like coffee,
a drinker, you could sit there and drink.
like
and
alcohol.
they'd be
A
happy.
drunk?
It's like the casinos.
At a restaurant.
You know?
At a restaurant.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
give you
yeah,
the alcohol and
At
want you to
6 a.m.,
stay.
7 a.m. when I usually do my editing.
But that's the thing, like you
Tequila
you end up
sunrise.
leaving, and then whatever money you would have made on a video,
Mimosa.
you just spent on drinking.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
driving home when you're drunk is not advisable unless
So
you walk.
so I go out
I
to the
edit it
beach.
to
We
be-
find
or
it.
listed the beach. I don't edit.
We
it. It's
find
too much
we find a
noise.
spot, and
Yeah.
I get home and I'm hyper focused for the next hour and a half that I want a fan that I can bring out there just in case it's too hot and not breezy enough. And I found like the best reviewed portable fan that can handle like getting wet and stuff. And then I had to find like 7 Lowe's, and I finally found one that was like 40 minutes away that had my fan. So of course I had to drive down there to get a fan and come. This is how I spent my
Amazon.
Sunday.
Amazon.
Well,
dude.
Amazon,
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't have it
coulda
till
used my
Wednesday,
link.
and I wanted to go Monday.
Yeah,
wanna go
you
tomorrow.
should use my Amazon link every time you go on Amazon and buy something.
You
Just every
should use
time.
my YouTube links.
Kevin, seriously, can we not talk about your links for one episode? Just one episode where we just don't have to sell anything to anybody.
Anyways, we'll
Whatever.
see.
You
We'll
guys
see.
are pumping in ads. You're probably going to try to sell
We
that
are.
fan on this episode if I know. Dave.
Yes,
Sure.
the DeWalt. That's a great idea. Let me write that down.
Do it, do it.
DeWalt portable fan. We'll put a link to it in the video.
do it.
DeWalt fan.
What should we talk? What other stuff
link.
would be like easy to sell? What would be easy stuff we could sell in the bottom?
Well, we're already
Does it have to
selling
be
the
cheap?
depends.
Oh man.
Prep
You
H?
guys.
Prep.
Prep
Oh yeah,
H,
do Prep
yeah.
H. Do like a cheap pack of baseball. Oh, do like top loaders. They're only
There you
$3,
go.
and we'll make 12
eBay
cents.
needs to have stuff on this thing. eBay
Yeah.
does. I'm telling
I like
you.
it. Kevin's
You
face
seen
doesn't
the
even
you
move.
see the Walmart thing? Oh,
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, if you could link to the eBay store, that would be cool.
That would be
that's what I'm
nice.
saying.
Yeah.
But Walmart, why can't you? Walmart's got this stuff. Walmart's growing. They're trying to be the new Amazon
Smart,
/ eBay.
yeah.
Did you see that? Triple P
Yeah.
podcast. And
They're trying-
I'm telling you, they're the ones on this thing, right? All those Walmart products that you click on,
Walmart,
those aren't
Target.
Walmart products. Those are people selling on that Walmart platform.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Why
telling
don't
you,
we get
this
on
thing
that?
is
Maybe
growing.
we should be selling on that platform.
They just opened up sports cards and
Maybe.
collectibles, singles and stuff.
Did they?
2 weeks ago on Walmart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you
So,
could, they're
I'm
starting to
telling you.
ask you to sell collectible. They're starting, I think, slowly to roll out like regular goods. And one company that at least has a shot. I don't know if they'll be able to accomplish it, but with used goods, I think could be Walmart. I would be surprised. I think it could differentiate itself from Amazon a little bit, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
who
no,
knows?
that's
I know
fair.
nothing. I mean, legally.
Yeah, literally nothing. Legally,
literally.
Goods on it.
clinically,
Just-
nothing.
Yeah.
His,
No
his-
brain.
His brain is an empty
Just
canvas.
no brain matter. Just fecal matter.
A lot of fecal matter in there. But yeah, no, that's my goals. I'm trying to channel my inner Kevin. I'll let you know if it works, but I'm going to go down to the beach and I'm going to see if that motivates
If you're
my
channeling your
creative
inner Kevin and you're going to the beach, you're going to have to set some time aside.
for the
to get with
animals,
people.
for seagulls.
Yeah.
To
Well, I
recruit.
mean, he's to
Yeah.
recruit. He
gonna
does
bring
a lot
bug
of heavy
spray, too.
recruiting. He's like a non. Oh, I got to be careful. I'll stop.
Yeah, I want to
had
bring
a whole
bug spray
tangent
too
I
because
had
there
to
could
stop.
be. Yeah, I'm changing it for you. There could
Thank
be a
you.
lot of bugs down there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
bugs going on. So
Where
we'll
are
see.
you,
you seen it?
Barry?
I'm in Utah right now. My last day in Utah, and then driving to Cheyenne tomorrow. Then
You know what's crazy is I always wondered
Lincoln.
where those Coke collectibles I sell for 50 cents go. Now I see.
Yeah.
Now I
Don's
see.
brother.
It's
Don's brother buys
is
them all.
investing
You're not
tens
even
of dollars.
seeing. You're not seeing this side that is just. There's a Coca-Cola like popcorn machine. Gosh, I'll show you here. Just hold tight.
Yeah,
guys.
let's see. I want to see
Pretty
it. I
exciting.
want to see this.
Look at this.
See if you could. Oh, you need to
Any
do
Dr.
a
Pepper?
Don't buy this stuff.
Oh my
video,
gosh.
Carrie.
Yeah,
Hey,
Carrie,
do a
don't buy
stuff
this
video. Make
TikTok.
some money off of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally rip on them.
Or you could
That
be
would be a
like,
good
everyone
thumbnail.
tells you that Coke collectibles aren't worth anything, but check this out, and just show it and be like, there's at least $100,000 worth of collectibles in this room. Like just something totally outlandish.
Yeah.
You could put
Exactly.
all that in a box
$1 million.
and sell it on shopcommons.net.
Shop comments. How is your
We've
little
done this
Commons
before,
thing
like-
going, Kevin?
Gosh,
I
really,
wouldn't
dude?
really
It's
talk
we're
about it for
10 and a
a while.
half minutes
Awesome.
in. We got a EPN link
Very
and
good.
we got Shops Commons.
That
That was the only thing we heard more than cooking this. Well, we heard about me probably
Mhm.
complaining about my trip, and
Yeah,
then we
did you-
because I'm traveling, and then we heard Dave talk bragging, and then you just shop Commons all week. I got
didn't
47
brag.
sales.
I didn't
No,
brag. I said
didn't,
my
but I only
channel's
looked at
going
it.
down, not up. Or you mean this past
No,
week?
you
Yeah,
said
this
it
past week.
leveled off. No, you said it leveled off.
Ooh, echo.
What happened? What happened?
You know, the echo.
Gary.
Hello? The echo.
We heard the delay.
Mute me.
We heard the delay.
I still hear it. Oh, he said mute him. Or we can mute him. Unmute.
Yeah.
Oh, I unmuted him. Echo? Echo? Oh, no, he's muted.
Moving my laptop around screwed me up. Sorry.
How would you
No.
spell that word? With a B or a P?
Screwed?
Laptop with an L.
Nice. Okay, so speaking of echoes, I was watching The Goonies in the movie theater last night.
No,
which,
you
by the
really
way,
were watching them? I thought that was
Yeah.
like trolling.
Is
me.
it 40th anniversary or something?
It's like flashback cinema. They do like an old movie a week at the
Nice.
theater in my town.
And you hadn't
And so-
seen it yet.
Oh, I've seen it a million times.
Oh,
Maybe 2 million.
okay.
But Callie hadn't seen it. And she thought that Sloth was very scary. But then by the end, of
Mhm.
course, she loves
Yeah.
Sloth.
Yeah.
But there's some weird moments in there, like the Sloth Chunk kiss.
There's a lot of them.
The lip kiss.
Yep.
That was like a little bit, age difference. I don't know. It was just a little weird.
There's a mask on. It doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, it was just the 80s, But
At
it was
least
a
he
great
didn't
movie
slap him in
still.
the butt.
But really, the echo of his own voice is what made him go down towards Willie's treasure to save them from walking the plank. But can I tell you, he saves them from walking the plank, and then they all jump off the plank. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this movie recently, but it's a little ridiculous.
I haven't seen it.
Yes,
Maybe but
yes,
one
yes.
time in my life. So,
Yeah.
and that was
You
a
You
long
should
time
rewatch
ago.
it. It's a great
It's a
movie.
great kid movie.
Yeah, it's
When
good.
you're a kid, it's
Probably
even
why-
better.
Well-
Yeah, that's probably why Dave attached himself to it. He has the mind of a child and the body of a roly-poly.
Chunk has such hardcore ADHD, by the way. Like, I don't think they had a name for that in the 80s, but he literally was like me as a kid. This whole movie. Like, people would hand him stuff.
What they call people who like spaz? Like spaz?
Yeah, spaz.
Yeah.
But literally, like, they'll hand him something and be like, Chunk, come hold this. And it's like glass. And then they'll count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he drops it. Like, why am I holding it? Of course, he drops it. Just like me, I would drop it. And they're like, thanks, Chunk. And they open it up. Like, they just need someone who's going to break something. And that's just Chunk.
It's hard to
bought
believe
a-
he's in.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. He's in his 60s now, Chunk. Did you know that?
No, he's not.
yeah?
Is he?
I don't know when we're putting out this podcast.
gotta
So
be
maybe
older
He's,
than that.
no,
If we
he's
wait-
very.
Oh, Chunk.
He is not.
Oh,
No,
Chunk.
Chunk is like our age, and he's no, maybe 10
No, I
years
know,
older.
he's like a little older.
He's older.
But
than
he's
me,
very
I think. It's
handsome.
gotta be
He's very
50s.
handsome now, and he's
Nah,
at the
he's probably
flashback
late
cinema.
40s, I bet.
At the flashback cinema, they do these like little informative things right before the movie, and they talked all about where these kids are now. And Chunk is actually the agent of what's the kid's name? Kim. Oh, gosh, darn it. Hold on. Now I gotta
Handsome?
find it.
I don't know if I'd say he's handsome. He's like a
Well-
bad-looking Woody Harrelson.
Well, let's put him on the screen and we can all make a judgment.
Ki
I don't know.
Hui Kwan. Data from the
Yeah,
movie.
Oh, yeah.
The kid with all the
Yeah.
gadgets. But he was the guy in Anywhere, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah,
Remember
every
that
time,
movie?
all the time,
He won
all together now.
He won like an Oscar for that movie. And
You won an
Chunk-
Emmy. You guys
Emmy.
are pretty much
Yeah,
the
oh,
same
yeah, Emmy and
person.
Oscar. But Chunk is his agent. That's the that's the tie-in. Chunk is now his agent
There you
and
go.
got him that role, which means Chunk really hasn't been doing much for him the other 30 years. But hey, he finally
Yeah.
got him
He
something.
pulled through though, right at the last moment.
Do
I
you know
bought
Josh
a-
Brolin was in that, by the way?
Yeah.
The
He was. He
Thanos.
was like-
Thanos is a big
Yeah.
brother. Yeah, I didn't realize that. He's 50, by the way. Okay, Kevin, reselling. Go.
Yeah, I think I said 50. That's pretty good. I bought a Goonies Monopoly
Hmm.
this week, and it's
Nice. Where
not
at?
really worth very
Oh,
much
are you
money.
still
At a yard
sourcing?
sale?
What'd you buy?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sourcing. We were ripping on you, me and Rod out there. We
You were
knew
ripping
weren't
on me for
sourcing,
being
so
at a
we
nice
decided
beach
we would
restaurant.
send you our good
Yeah.
our good finds. Try to make you feel bad, but apparently you don't have the love of reselling like me. And
I
Rod
do. I'm just taking a break and I'm sticking to my guns.
Yeah,
You know,
you're doing the right thing.
sort of. I did go
It's
to an
good.
estate sale yesterday
Oh,
with Tina,
really?
but it's
Did you
Tina's fault.
buy something?
No.
Did you
And-
buy anything? So
no,
then
I
it
bought
doesn't
nothing.
count.
Well, she wanted to go because she wants to have like a makeup shop on eBay. She wants to buy and sell makeup.
Really?
Yeah, it's something she likes doing. She really enjoys buying and selling makeup. And so I said, okay, I'll go with you to the estate sale. I'm not buying anything, but I'll go with you. And we actually did find something. It's an interesting one. It retails for $1,500, but
Really?
I don't really know what we can sell it for. It's this pharmacological. It's some age-defying cream. It was at an estate sale.
$1,500?
Yes.
Is it
2 ounces.
Is it the stuff that Kevin puts in his hair?
Dude, it's 2 ounces. And we were like watching reviews and stuff. People were like, you don't need Botox if you buy this and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Oh my
Botox, I think,
gosh.
is cheaper. So, maybe just get the Botox.
That's pretty intense stuff. If that's better than Botox.
So I don't know.
Seriously, was
I
it
told
seep
her to
into your
list it.
skin and
I told her to list it
blow
for
you
like
up?
$600 and see. You know, who knows? She might get.
Mhm.
But okay, so the
Yeah.
question was this, Kevin, and I don't know if she can list it. We're not entirely sure that it's brand new. It's like
Oof.
full. It's like full. And it's like
Yeah.
a cream that you'd like stick your hand in and then rub on your face, and it's full and it looks like fresh. But I know you do
Well,
that thing with cologne where you
but I
say
know-
like 99%
I don't
complete.
do it anymore. I got the boot finally after
Like
forever. I gotta
99%
sell some.
complete.
Yeah.
Okay, Carrie's muted again. All right, wait. Say that again. You got the boot. What happened?
Yeah, they finally, because I had people for years on, you're not allowed to sell this and whatever, and all these people getting boot, and I never did, so I just kept selling it against less sellers, so I would do great with it, and then eventually eBay just took it all down. Like,
They
dang
took
it.
down the item.
Speaking of cream, we went ahead and found a screaming deal down below, guys, for Preparation H. So if you need Preparation H
indeed.
and are too shy to go get it in person, we have a link there. And remember, we're going to find one that we get most of the money from it, right? Like Preparation H gets
Yeah,
us 60,
that works.
70%.
Really, what I
So
need to
click
do is
below.
find like an unboxing video of someone opening this and see if there was some sort of in between film because it looks full, but I don't know. I don't know if she ever used it or if she like just did. But maybe she died, like she ordered it and then because it was an estate sale. I don't know. She was like, maybe I don't need to waste my time. 'Cause-
Her skin looked amazing, but her body was dying.
So I don't know. But either way, she did find some Monet and stuff, and so she now has 9 listings. So
Like Claude Monet or the makeup?
Monet, the
Okay.
hair stuff. It's like to make you have Kevin hair.
Yeah, it's a Utah thing actually. I think Monet. I think is a
all
Utah
the MLMs
is what they
are
call 'em.
Utah. It's crazy.
They are, dude.
I think
MLMs
it's
are
because people in Utah have
crazy.
so many friends and extended family since they have like 9 wives. They've
You also
got,
have to understand, like, seriously, Mormon culture is go out and preach, like,
They're not
the
afraid
gospel
to
for
knock
2
on
years.
doors
We're
over there.
yeah, we're not afraid to knock on doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're willing to, like, I don't know, like sell stuff. I guess I don't know.
But the
That's
problem
what
was
they
when
should
I
do
went
with
to
the
this.
missionaries. Have them sell some makeup on the way, and then they can fund their own.
Well, that's why,
trip.
like, if you ever have solar panel people come to your house, or if you ever have like the pest control,
Ask 'em if they're
I bet
Mormons.
A good portion are Mormon, typically,
or
'Cause it's
J
just-
Ride.
or J Ride's very Mormon. So,
It's actually a good tie-in. It's got technology and Mormonism. It's all J, right?
dude, it is.
Okay, so
We're talking about everything.
the problem I had when I went to the sale, though, they had like a whole table full of Green Bay Packers stuff, like old Green Bay Packer pennants, and they literally had like a bunch of Green Bay hats, like New Era from 1995, and they had like KC products. It's not KK products. It was KC, Nissan.
Kansas City.
No, the
Oh,
brand of
I
hat.
got you. I know what you're talking about.
KC
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Nissan and there were all these
Nissan.
old Green Bay hats, all these old Green
Those
Bay
are all
hats.
buys if they
They-
were cheap enough.
They were all like $1, $2. I didn't buy any of them
And you
because
didn't buy.
Why would you not do that,
my
dude?
Gosh, dude, are you
I'm not
crazy?
sourcing, Carrie. I'm not
Hey.
sourcing.
Why
Have
though?
your wife buy them.
She offered,
Yeah,
and I
have her
said
buy it
no.
for her makeup store.
No, listen,
And then-
everyone, listen. The amount of comments I got were people saying I would fail. I refuse to fail. I refuse
Well,
to
you
fail.
just
It's their
failed.
fault.
You just failed.
No, they
I
said I would
guarantee you
fail
there
at
will
not
be
buying.
more
You left
people
so
saying
much
you
money on the
failed.
table.
No, it was a bunch of $20
Y'all, did Dave
stuff.
fail down below by
So
not
let's-
buying
okay,
them, or
okay.
did he win
The
by
vast majority
not
of it was
buying
priced at like
Something like that.
$3. It was priced at $3. Most of it was $20 items, $10 to $20 items, depending on what it was. So, there's a little money to be made, but it's not like a crazy knockout.
It is. There is a problem because you could have made money on that, but then, it's kind of like when you don't eat sweets for like months, and you take one bite of one
And
cookie,
then you're
and then
eating it every 5 minutes.
the next day you're like in a food coma on
I
the
know.
couch with like
I
piles
know.
of Oreos all around you.
Okay,
couldn't,
so
yeah.
what if you found a shark tooth worth $250?
I would have bought it.
Oh,
You-
so you're a hypocrite.
Oh.
No,
So
I'm
you're
not a
willing to
hypocrite.
sell
I'm
out
willing to
your
sell out
beliefs
for the
for the
right
cor-
profit.
Okay,
You,
all right.
yeah.
Listen, I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to go out and break a commitment I made to make $10.
Unless you
To
make
make
enough money.
$200, I might do it.
You have a price.
I have a
Oh,
price. There's a price, and
pragmatism.
I feel like if I didn't, I
There
wouldn't
you
be a
go.
reseller. If I didn't have any price that would make me buy, then I'm not a real reseller. And so, of course, honestly, if I found $100 hat, I'd buy it for $3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the
I wouldn't be
level?
able to resist. It's-
$50 for $1. $1 hat that will sell real quick for 50. Is that a number?
I probably
you
wouldn't have
do?
bought it.
I sold
Really?
a hat
Yeah, I
for
probably wouldn't have bought that.
$119.95 this week.
Yeah.
Plus
Carrie,
shipping.
it would have to be so cool, like they had like a cool gemmy talking tombstone for like $3 out front. It was like a
That's an
$30
easy pass.
tombstone, but I didn't buy it because it's big and I'm. So I passed
Got
on that. So there's a bunch
corrosion.
of stuff. Yeah, there's a
You gotta
bunch
pay
of stuff I could have bought.
taxes and gas and
So I don't know,
Yeah.
But at the end, it was weird. An estate sale.
And then you're
company-
stealing it from the person because you're not telling them it's worth $30.
Well, no,
That's also a
the
problem.
person's dead. It's an estate sale.
No,
It's just
there's
it's a
so
greedy
many
The
sales.
company.
company's
It's a greedy
not. The
company.
people running the company are making profit, and their estate, their family's
They're
making money.
making
So you're
aggressive
stealing money from a dead person. It's kind of worse, like their family.
Well, I'm not because I didn't buy anything. Although Tina stole a little from him.
Okay, so
Because-
Tina stole from a dead
because-
person's family.
Well-
we have a thumbnail and a title for this. For the
Just
podcast.
turn up the saturation. We'll get 50,000
And you-
views.
Dude, I did that on one of my card videos, and
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah.
I was picking through a psychedelic box of cards. It looked like because it was so saturated and so contrasted.
Well, what actually happened was we went to pay, and it was weird because it was like the only estate company I've ever seen that doesn't take cards. And they asked for cash, and me and Tina are digging through our pockets. We had $16. They wanted 20. And I was like, "Oh, what can we take out?" She's like, "Just give me the 16." So Tina stole a little.
Oh,
she got
that's
$4
a great
off.
negotiation. You should have had
Yeah.
that on video.
Yeah, no, I didn't have my camera. I didn't. I wasn't,
I shortchanged them. Of course, I do that all the time in reverse.
There's nothing more liberating, though. I will say this: than going to a garage sale or an estate sale with no camera.
Yeah, no,
With
that's
no
true.
expectation to film.
I've
You
done
feel
it
free.
exactly one time in the last 5 years.
Dude, it feels
It
amazing.
was so weird.
Full disclosure, I'm an honest moment here, guys, that Kevin would never say. I am
Oh,
a better
really?
picker without the camera because I don't feel like I have to buy something.
Yeah,
You know, like-
I would say that. I
Yeah.
totally agree with you, and I'm
Like-
so glad because you didn't bring a camera to a sale I was at, and you're like, I don't even care. So
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
check this book out over here.
you imagine-
Or no, you check this table out. And I-
Mhm.
Can you imagine Kevin going? He's frozen, so we
He's
can
fine.
talk about
Just
him.
keep going.
Could
He'll
you
come
imagine Kevin going to a yard sale or a garage sale without a camera? He's first off, dog approaches him, no petting,
He just punched it.
just a swift kick,
Yeah, that's not
swift
true.
kick,
Yeah, yeah.
and that the punted dog.
Yep.
One, people are talking to him. He's tunnel vision. It's about him fully at that moment. He's not trying to pander to any audience. And
Yeah,
then
he's
he
not
doesn't
buying
even-
the lemonade, that's for sure.
He's definitely putting stuff instead of giving stuff from his fanny pack. He's putting stuff inside of his fanny pack.
He grabs the
to
pitcher
leave
of
with.
lemonade and like does his little chew spit into it.
How much
and
for
then
the
dumps it
lemonade?
out on the ground. And
He's
then dumps
speaking
it
in
out
a
and puts it
California. He's like, "Hey dudes, what's up, man?
What's
I'm
up,
Kevin."
bro?
Like,
You got any
he doesn't have a southern
surfboards and
accent.
weed?
Yeah. You guys down to clown?
I went to a pretty good
Down to
pizza place.
clown.
I went to a pretty
I
good
don't know, swinging
That's
stuff.
so
I don't
swinging
know.
thing, yeah.
It's
I went
a
to
swinging
a
thing.
pretty good pizza place tonight, and their shirt had a slogan that said "Legalize marinara." It was pretty funny.
It's pretty
I
good.
like it.
Did you buy one?
I asked. She said they were sold out in fatty size, so she didn't have my size. She's like, not for you.
You need, if you're a pizza place, you should have bigger sizes, right?
Exactly.
It's not
yeah,
it's not a kale. It's not a kale and broccoli bar.
They like only
it's
had
a
extra
pizza
small.
joint.
I'm like, that's not gonna do.
Yeah, I could wear that, but you're not gonna want me to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was good though. No, so that's why I might be refreshed because I haven't really done any work, Kevin. To answer your question from 21 minutes ago, I haven't done any work in the last 2 days.
Yeah, it looks like you have a tan, a little bit of a spray
We were at the
tan
beach.
going.
Yeah, we're not spray. Just been outside a lot. Went to the pool a couple days. Went to the beach. So just been outside. Carrie, let's talk about picking across America. You did a video.
Yeah, dude.
How's it doing?
I did.
Yeah,
It's
American Arbitrage.
It's like an 8. It's an 8. There's a big lack of
8
demand
is
or
great.
interest,
8
which
is
I
great.
love.
8 is great.
It's
Callie
a
watched.
big
I told
story
you.
going on.
Callie watched 30
Yeah,
seconds
that's
of
true.
it. She's like, Dad, Carrie
did.
has a new video. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah. It's really short. It's only like
That's
7 minutes. I'm
cute.
like, did
That's
you
awesome.
watch it? She's like, yeah. Well, like 30
I
seconds
will
of
later.
it. She's like, well, no, I only got to this part. So it was like 20 seconds. And I was like, why didn't you watch it all? She's like, well, I don't know. I think I'm going to watch it later. I like Carrie. I'm probably going to watch it later. I'm like, no, you're not.
Well, no, I appreciate the thought though.
Yeah.
Like if I
Killed
could,
your
that's the
algorithm.
Yeah, that's if I could just get people to that level, I might get more views.
Yeah.
But no, it's okay. I'm going to do a lot of those but we've been stuck in Utah for a few days, so there's not much going on beyond what happened in that first video. And I'm going to be doing card videos the whole time. I got like the Whatnot sponsorship. I'm doing a show at the National at the Whatnot table for 2 hours. Which is
Is that
a big
after
deal.
this show airs? Though?
Yeah, probably.
I think it
Yeah, no,
is,
this will. Yeah, that might be.
This is
in the
coming out in
past,
August,
so
probably.
go check it out. I don't know. Yeah.
Go
So
watch the
that's
replay.
going to be exciting. Somehow figured that out. So
What's cool
gonna be
is
a
like
fun
anyone
trip.
who's watching this already lives in the future where Carrie failed
yeah,
at that
they'll be
auction.
like, man, that was a
That
massive,
was a massive
failure.
And he's
How
like,
did
"Look at all
Carrie
the
get
hope."
arrested?
Look at all
How
this
did I get
hope he has.
arrested? Find out by looking at the old video.
He thinks it's gonna
I just
go
have
well.
to say that it's been fun watching the evolution of Carrie into a full sellout shield now. It's been fun
That's true,
because
yeah.
he's
It is,
so
it
bad
is.
at it for so long that he's finally
Dude,
capitalized.
now I'm like calling
His
people
fame.
because the whole deal came from me texting and making it happen. You
You're
guys
getting
talk.
Don
I
to
think
call. This
No,
is
I
American
do.
Arbitrage
Don-
Secretary. He's on hold.
No, no. Don doesn't. Don is worse at it than me. Don doesn't like. I don't know if she's had a couple ad deals, but she doesn't like negotiating and stuff like that, unless it's for stuff like to flip.
That's funny.
Then
I'd rather
she's
have stuff
cutthroat.
to flip than the cash.
It's true.
Oh man.
That's true. Me too. Honestly, a lot of times I would. Too,
Kevin,
to be
you
honest.
got some flack from some of the viewers for something you said on the Seeger podcast.
You did some. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What-
yeah. So
we can't say it on here. Then.
I think we need to say. I mean, I don't know. I think you need to respond to
Jeez.
it. You're on the verge of cancellation at this point. Of the
really.
reselling community, yes. So
Well,
You
I
I don't
stated-
even know what he
about
said.
that the other
What did he
day,
say?
you
but I don't know
stated
what this is.
that
Wait a
if
minute.
all
Do I
you
get to at
did
least give my approval?
was
this or
resell.
not?
Listen, you
Yeah.
said if all I did was resell, I'd be poor.
That's true.
Wow.
What- Please, and so the question from Quirky Picker Chat is, can you please elaborate on that?
Elaborate.
All right, yeah, I'll elaborate on it. It's
You're in a hole. Dig
Dig
yourself
yourself
out.
look. So, yeah, I guess I mean if that's in a hole, I'm being honest about it. I've
Come on,
said
you're
many,
filibustering.
many,
Answer.
many times that I resell part time. I
Mhm.
resell part time. So what I said was if what I meant to say, if I didn't explain it, is if I only resold for 20 hours a week like I do on eBay and I had no social media following, it wouldn't be enough money to live.
I think you were also talking about your area too during this conversation and the quality of
Oh,
items you find.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's true. But I've also said this, that if I did only resell and I had to depend on that for a living, I would ramp it up to 50, 80 hours. I'd probably do 60 hours a week of nothing but reselling, and I'd source very differently. And in that case, I'd
So
have
what
enough
you
money to
meant
live
was
on.
if all you did was resell at the current
The
effort
way
level
I
you're
do
putting
right
into
now.
it, then
That's
you'd be
correct.
poor because you don't make enough off
Dave,
reselling.
how about
No.
you? Could you make enough just reselling to support your lavish lifestyle?
If I was a single man in a studio apartment, yes, I could.
Yes, yeah, there's no
Yes,
doubt.
I
So what
could.
you
I
guys
could
are
live like a
saying
king.
is
Families are
you're saying
expensive.
that you're reselling Your reselling is more cosmetic for show for the real business,
No.
which is the videos, correct?
No, that's not at all what I'm
No,
saying.
I don't-
I've
yeah,
always
maybe a
sold
little.
part time. I continued to and
Well, it
shared
takes your
that.
time. That's the truth of it. You're right.
No, that's not true. It might be true,
Well,
Dave. That's not true of me.
Well, I'm saying, like, if you're doing editing and you're making all these videos, it takes time away from what you would have been doing
Right. That's
if
what
you
was
were
my
full
whole
time.
point. I would be
So you're making
60
more money,
hours,
or maybe
70
the
hours a
same
week.
amount, but different ways.
I
Yeah,
get
no, this
obsessed, and I don't want to be poor, so I would be working my butt off, and I'd be sourcing different ways, all kinds of ways, and I'd be selling. I'd probably be doing 70 hours a week and making enough money to get by and be fine.
I will say this profound thing, Kevin, that maybe you should,
Mhm.
meditate on. When I was
Meditate.
poor, I was the richest I
Mhm.
ever was.
Yeah, more
Love.
money, more problems. That's right.
I've had times in my life where I had no money and I was happy as a bee. So I don't really care if
Dave the
I'm
cable guy.
poor. Yeah, no, he did well. No, actually, Cable Guy wasn't that
He started
bad.
to do pretty good.
Cable Guy was starting to do pretty good, but then I worked for my friend at a big pay cut with no insurance, and that's when I was really struggling with, like, I'm going into debt consolidation, short selling my house, everything fell
Oof.
apart. Yeah, that was brutal. 2008 hit me hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's we turned it around.
I remember when
Man,
my
you were
wife,
young doing that, dude. I was still in college in 2008, living at my mom's house.
I had kids in 2008, bro. Well, I had one
That's
kid.
what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
Like
I went
you had
early.
a different
I
life.
started young.
when my wife had Reagan, and that was when I was teaching and driving the bus and coaching, and my eBay just fell off. Reagan was, I love you, Reagan. She was an awful child and consumed all of my wife's time. She was just terrible.
Mhm.
I mean, she was a baby. And we were living, I maybe made 15
Kevin
grand
hates babies.
net. No,
Is what I heard.
She didn't like
have
me.
a strong dislike for babies.
I made about 15 net reselling, and I was at the time probably making 38 teaching. I mean, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. No income from from
But
my
the
wife.
cost
It was
of
tough.
living where you are is like
It's
all
cheap.
in
We made
$400
no debt.
maybe.
Dude,
debt,
I'm
and-
telling you, Brandon's new house, it's like the same house as mine, but $300,000 cheaper. It's
Yep,
crazy.
no doubt.
It's
Well, you've been to my
crazy.
house, though.
Yeah.
I paid 160 for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it's worth more
nice,
than that now.
nice.
But
Yeah.
it's
got-
not bad. I mean,
How much
it's
land do you
nothing
have?
amazing.
Dude, that's
I
the
don't
best part of
even
your
know.
area. You have like so much beautiful like land around.
you have
that
more than
house.
1
It's
acre?
awesome.
Yeah, I think so. It's probably not much though. Something like that.
Anyways, I don't know how we got on this rabbit trail. Oh, that's because everyone was saying
I'm in
Kevin
an
said,
apartment, and like every other week I hear a gunshot out the window. So it's a slightly different vibe.
Hashtag Vegas, baby. So, Carrie,
Vegas.
let's talk about your big move. Now you're spending all your money on this trip. What is Operation Move to Florida looking like?
Operation Get Home from this trip, have a great fun trip and enjoy it. Get home, and Operation Save Money and stop going to Outback Steakhouse every day.
But you got to eat
Operation.
lots of bread.
We do. We have to. Don wants
Butter
to always
on the
do keto,
side.
but like the thing is, butter on this. That's the problem. Is like you need bread and potatoes to fill yourself.
no, I
That's
get it.
part of the problem. So
There's cheap
no,
food.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping like within. I'd like to be there like by December if possible.
Merry Christmas to me. We went out to
that would be
dinner tonight, and I
awesome.
was like, Carrie would probably have come with us.
Dude, I'm so looking forward.
Yeah.
And then just like all the stuff that you guys are doing, like the different random yard sales on the East Coast, like like we're gonna be going to all of it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna bug you. I'm gonna stay in Kevin's trailer. Me and Don. We're just gonna sleep there.
Oh,
Annoy
you know
him.
what they did have? I don't know if I said this, but at the estate sale, they had one of those Wisconsin cheese heads. Where it's like shaped like cheese. Are those worth
Yeah.
a lot of money or not really?
Well, they're more of a fashion statement.
It was
It's
cool.
more
It was
something
cool.
for yourself.
I didn't.
just
I
to
almost
wear around
wanted it for
town.
me. Yeah, it was like $3. I
The
was like,
foam.
tempted.
They're not worth
Remember-
much. Probably like $15 would be
Yeah,
my
that's what I
guess.
figured.
20, unless they were super vintage or.
I
maybe
don't know how to tell.
Dave, you remember the foam fingers that you at the
Mhm.
301? You kept buying the foam fingers.
Yeah, I still
Those
have.
things
I
do
still
pretty
have.
good.
I still have the NC State pink one. The red one sold pretty
okay.
good, pretty fast for like $50. But yeah, the other one.
The
it's-
there's
fist
some
ones with the drink, that thing did good for me. Sold real
Yeah.
fast. So those
Yeah.
foam things can do okay.
Yeah, you have those at the start of a football season or something,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're in good condition and even vintage and have some style to them, I would imagine they'd sell well. It's just don't overpay for them. That's the key.
I had a foam Vineyard Vines whale hat one time, and I'm like, 50 cents, I'll pick it up, and it never sold. And I don't cut bait with much of anything, but I cut bait with that one eventually.
What is your thought on the greatest show on turf and what Tom Brady did to that little run they had? Their Rams.
The greatest.
I remember
show on
that
turf.
vividly.
Them Rams are awesome. Why
that
would you
2002 Super Bowl? Remember?
Did you
where
watch
Tom Brady? He got the home run and
U2 was the band. U2 played. U2 played the halftime.
And then Janet
show
Jackson did a little.
No, I'm being serious. They really.
Dick for me.
That I heard that. Yeah,
Oh,
I was actually on my mission
I think
when
that was
happened.
2 years later. That was 2000.
Think about how the
04.
world has changed since then. Like that would be like whatever.
I just randomly heard some facts about that today, and I thought I'd impress you guys with sports knowledge.
Well, you gotta remember, Kurt Warner was like tearing up the league.
Warner
like
Brothers
it felt
fame?
like, of Warner Brothers fame.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like that's the interesting thing about it. Like Tom Brady is the quintessential underdog story, 6th round draft pick. Out of nowhere, took Drew Brees, who's like the 6'4" prototypical quarterback,
24-year-old
spot,
kid.
right?
Yep,
Drew Bledsoe.
And then Drew Bledsoe. Sorry, did I say Drew Bledsoe?
Patriots.
He's short. Patriots.
Yeah.
But the thing was, he kind of started that run beating Kurt Warner, who a couple years before that was working at a grocery store.
I saw the movie about him.
He also was an underdog.
I saw the movie about him. That was a good movie.
Yeah, we're all equally underdogs. I don't have as many Super Bowls as either of those gentlemen, but if given
Carrie's
the chance, I could have performed.
Carrie's an overdog.
He's got 3 degrees, silver spoon, and
silver spoon.
I've been selling a lot.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
spoons.
Fully inserted, because that's the only way you can get out of the thrift store or antique shop without having to pay.
So I took a bunch of
Keystring,
my
guys, it's
whatnot.
important.
I took a bunch of my whatnot inventory, put it into an auction, a Disney auction. I ran a Disney auction over on whatnot. It was like $1,500 worth of eBay listings, and I got about $500, $400 after fees.
Nice.
Wait. Say this again. That wait.
How to lose money?
How to lose money and interrogate people. Wait, what's that book? Make friends and influence people.
Win friends and influence people. Right?
I took a bunch of my Disney inventory off of eBay and put it onto whatnot. Yeah. And I think it was like $1,500.
While, right?
No, I'm not upset. I'm just giving you what happened. This is what happened. Like
$1,400
to $1,500 worth of inventory, sold it on whatnot for $500 before.
Well,
fees.
what did you? That has to be about what you expected.
Yeah, no, I was hoping for half. I was hoping for like $750.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit lower than I wanted, but
so you're mad at your customers for not ponying up a little bit more.
I just want to give a special thank you to Flip for You, who really carried the show. He saved.
Yeah, there's always one person, thankfully.
Yes, I can.
Sometimes they carry the show because nobody's bidding and they're the only bid.
Yeah,
and they're getting like some killer deals.
Yeah, well, and then of course
they make a show worth
Of course, one of the nicest, like most valuable items he bought for me was like Alice in Wonderland Department 56, really nice thing. I shipped it poorly because Tina wasn't shipping, and I broke it. Yeah, and so that's pretty sick. Yeah, typical Dave.
I will say, because I do admit my mistakes too. We had it. Of course, I didn't ship
ever
it,
since I
so
did it and made it trendy. Yeah, go on.
This is a new thing
true.
Kevin's going to try. He's going to admit one of his
Works
workers'
for that
mistakes.
idiot.
Go ahead.
That's exactly right. I'm gonna.
Somebody else packaged something wrong, and I caught it.
in a Dibit sale. Something broke, so I had to refund some money.
How long until you stop talking about Dibit? Because I feel like you're all in on this shop.
He's all about commons. He's all about commons.
No,
Commons you've given up on Dibit, and I put
wrong.
so much behind Dibit, and you're just
listen.
You're wrong.
Here's the thing. I'm going to explain
Can
it.
I tell you?
Commons is correct. It's the correct marketplace for District today. Dibit is the marketplace of tomorrow.
Of the future?
Because right now it's
AI
so many
robots will run Dibit
resellers,
at some point.
You know what
that we're
would
bringing
make
over
that
there.
tomorrow come a little quicker? Is for you to lose your $1,000 on Dibit.
Oh, I did that the day before with my Universal inventory. I did that the day before with my Universal inventory.
He's losing equally
I'm
on
losing
all
on all
websites.
platforms. I'm an equal loser.
Exactly.
Thankfully, he's kept afloat by his cooking empire.
Yes,
though, so.
indeed.
Great equalizer is Dave, not Whatnot or Dibit.
Well, honestly, like Kevin streaming to his picker channel would help too.
Mm-hmm.
To get some actual buyers.
Oh, now I'm getting the guilt trip.
Bro, Kevin, can we take a
trip.
minute to say Kevin gets like 50,000 views to 100,000 views per video, and me and Carrie, he thinks, are the ones that can change this marketplace with our measly 12,000 views that we get on videos.
That's just
I don't even get 12,000 on. at all.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a TikTok where people casually are watching on the toilet, but they're not going to go do anything on Dibit. They're pooping.
Yeah, they're listening
don't have
to
time.
I tell you
Carrie,
what, though,
then
Dave.
Lin-Manuel Miranda in direct order.
So-
Sure. You got a Hamilton on
That's
your
me, I
mind.
do. Yeah, we could talk about that too. All right, what, Kevin?
Didn't you see YouTube that I've been losing subscribers? Didn't you see that
No. Why?
on the video that came out yesterday on Flipper?
Kevin.
I did a video literally on
We're
July
not
4th.
in the
Don't
Commonwealth
watch your
first.
videos.
Gosh,
Well,
here's
then how
something.
do you
Make them
know how
more
many views
interesting,
I'm
and we'll
getting?
watch them.
I can go to your page and I can scroll down and see 38K, 34K, 50K, 44K,
That's low.
37K, 44K.
Wow.
It's certainly more than my 12K.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're like Harry
And I'm the
Tornado
one
who
that's gonna
cries
tip
when
the
he has
scale.
70,000 views on a video because he's not the
Yeah.
same. You know, it's gonna be okay. You got plenty of people watching. Enough.
Yeah. It's not
And
like
today's is doing well, and yesterday's after that world shaking event that's long since passed. When you hear this, I didn't think the video views would be good, and I got a 1 on both channels.
now
I know.
you could
I'm so
have a
happy.
channel where you
I
had
put my
46K
wife on
views followed by 132K, then 78K, then 96K.
Yeah.
You could
And
have
then
that
Is that
kind
where
of
yours
channel.
is? Really?
Yes.
Is that yours?
Carrie,
Really?
Have you not looked at it?
No, I saw you had 100K
Really?
on one video. You have that many on the other ones?
Yeah.
What the heck, dude?
Just the last.
Are you
couple.
going to be like a real cooking celebrity?
no.
And are you
Yeah.
going to ditch
I hope
us
so.
when you are?
I hope so. No, but I hope I'm a cooking celebrity, but I don't plan on ditching you. But okay, so what's interesting?
Just ditching his Flipper channel.
What's interesting for
Just
the
his
Harry
Flipper channel.
Tornadoes
Done.
listening and the J Rides listening is the CPM RPM is way lower,
Not as good.
way
Yeah.
lower.
REM.
So I have almost 500,000 views on that channel this month, which is like 200K more than my picker, and my picker's still earning more money. So
Mhm.
it's really interesting.
But you're selling spatulas at record pace.
I need to get
Dude.
an AI kitchen spatula.
I did one of those like Jaden Printer TikTok shop
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
I've sold like 5 or 6 of them in like 3
What
or 4
you
days.
need to do, Dave, is
Not
get some
bad.
AI merch or AI. Get some Dave cooking. What is it? Cooking with Dave
Yeah.
merch.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
And
Yeah,
you should put it over on Dibit and sell it
you
over there
go.
and tell your
Ah.
cooking
Tell my audience,
audience,
to go to
hey,
dibdit.com.
just
Yeah,
put the
exactly.
link over there to buy my sticker for $2.
Exactly.
Carrie, question about what you just said. What if you were to do a printer video like that and it went viral? Then what kind of money
Dude,
you talking?
I don't know, man. It's actually I'm starting to think about sprinkling those in a little bit more, just for the heck of it, because that's not bad for actually ad video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's people I've seen on TikTok Shop in the reselling. Sorry, Kevin. I'm interrupting you as usual. That they're doing like they'll take this one company's printer and then they'll order another company's, and they're just doing like 5 different random off-brand Rolos. You know.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then yeah, it's kind of fun.
I listened to Dave.
They all work,
so
I guess.
I filmed a Flipper video the other day, and I sold a little piece of gold, and I put it on the scale, and I was showing people whatever, and I thought,
There's a lot of white dust on that scale, by the way.
What is that white powder, Kevin?
What's that white powder, Kevin?
I thought this might be a Dave moment. I'm like, I will put a link to a Walmart thing in there and see if somebody buys. So it's still out. I haven't put it out.
I had somebody
We'll see if it's
complain
working.
about my shopping link on my cards channel because they watch it on YouTube TV, their YouTube videos, and apparently like the link goes all the way, like it takes up half the screen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Apparently, I don't know. That's what he said. So beware, Dave. A lot of cooking people probably watch on TV.
Probably.
I
So,
would
did you
imagine.
guys see that Tekken Sports? Oh wait, no, that's the old. We can't talk about that. That's.
I'm
old.
gonna tell Tech that you're like not listening anymore. By the way,
I am. I'm
text
still
you.
listening 10 a day.
Tattle.
I'm still listening 10 a
Okay.
day. I've got.
Tattle.
Let's see. I've got 220
That's
drafts.
exactly the kind of student I figured you were too, Kevin. You were the
You
tattler.
are the tattle.
I
You were like-
swear
He's the one who
on
brought in the
reseller
apple
rock.
every time.
He
for
br-
teacher.
the apple.
Yeah.
Oh, teacher.
Yeah,
Here
right.
you go.
Hey, teach, I
Guess
brought
who's
you
not
a homemade
behaving?
lasagna. And he's just giving him a lasagna. He's a lasagna
I was the
guy.
kid in the back of the room doing something completely different than whatever. I'm like, this is stupid. Especially
Yeah, we
Spanish
saw this.
class.
We saw the scale.
And this
we know.
is why he was motivated to become a teacher, because his teachers were so bad.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
He
motivate
wanted to
him do
carry
it.
on the legacy of bad teachers.
Like, I could be
He
bad
wanted
at
to
this
be
too.
One of
And I could rake in that
Terry-
teacher salary.
You went to public
Right,
school
get
in
it.
California. Was
Yeah.
it a joke? It was a joke
Dude,
where I was at.
It wasn't that bad. I loved it. I remember in 4th grade. I don't know if they did this where you were, but where I was, they were talking about the gold rush. That was a big deal in 4th grade. There was one year where they talked about the California missions, and the year after was the gold rush. And we had a teacher that would do trivia day, like every Friday, about the gold rush, and everybody wanted me on their team because I'm like a trivia guy. So I got a very big ego boost because I'm good at useless information and bad at anything useful. So
and quick-witted.
It worked for me. It worked for me.
So if I had, I sold a graded comic. I sold a graded comic for $300. And the guy writes me and he says, I want to return it because I bought it by mistake. It was in my cart when I was buying something else and I accidentally bought it. Have you ever made that drastic of a mistake? Oh yeah, this is $300 more than it's supposed to be. Click.
No.
He might have looked at comps and realized that maybe it wasn't as good of a buy.
Do you think
he could get a better deal? Or...
Do you think he took out the real comic and put a crappy one in? And I'm going to get back.
Can you?
Yes,
in a graded
yes.
comic?
You could.
There has been that scam. Yes, that is a scam that happens. So I'm a little nervous.
You pretty much don't have a choice if he wants.
No,
to
I have free return, so it's coming back to me. But it was $40
well,
to
you've
ship
got
it.
good pictures. Maybe you can detect anything different about it. I don't know. Somebody chime in on that one. That's a
good question.
I thought it was really, really hard to do that.
Oh, it might be.
I don't feel like I know with like cards you have to crack it and it destroys the case pretty much.
I'm hoping that's not the case. We'll see. But I'm just
and then how do you get it back in there? I can't imagine.
My guess
I'd be shocked.
I don't know if this happens in comic books, but in sports cards people like to cross grade from one company to another. I don't think there's more than one major comic book grader though, so that might not be it. But he might have thought he could get a better deal or flip it and there wasn't enough margin.
Or his
people
wife
do that in cards.
Ticked. Like, what are you doing?
His wife got mad.
I mean, is there any way to see? So here's the question.
That is possible.
Is there any way for me to see how much I'm paying for his return label, offering free returns? Because eBay is going to generate the label and charge me for it. How would I see how much that label is costing me?
I don't know. I don't think you can you?
Well, because I want to charge him that as a restocking fee. Right, so if
just charge what you paid for it.
I paid $40 to ship it to him. UPS second day air.
I would definitely charge him a restocking fee.
I figured
returning it for no reason.
I don't refund him that part, right? Because you can do that little checkbox that says original shipping. I won't check that, but then do I also do a restocking fee of $40 because that's probably what eBay is going to charge me to get it back to me?
Probably would.
I think if it's UPS second day air on the package, then I charge him that. If it's ground advantage, I charge him less.
Why should you lose that shipping just because he changed his mind? I would charge it to him.
Yeah, or something. Charge him something. Yeah.
Charge him more.
If you have
see if you
free returns on though,
do
you have free returns on? Because if you have free returns, the return should be free.
Yeah, it should be.
Right?
But
it's not free returns if it's not as described. It's free returns.
But they do give you an option. But they give you an option as the receiver to charge some sort of fee. That's what Paul got in trouble for.
You could return it free and then receive the privilege of a restocking fee.
Yeah. So Paul got in trouble for doing that so many times. Every time it would come back, he'd charge them a fee. So I think I will have the option.
I've never done it, I don't think, ever. But in that case, I wouldn't think it's I don't know. At least don't give him the.
It's not an INAD, so
I'm not going to give him the $40.
What's the worst thing? Of course not. No way.
Yeah.
No chance. Yeah. But give it a shot, right?
Yeah.
Kevin's done worse. Do it.
Oh well, Kevin sent himself rotten carrots just for views, so who knows?
No, Dave.
Let's start that. Kevin is sending himself rotten vegetables just for views.
It's going to be on Reddit. Really quick.
It is.
Good. Hey. Did you see I used my wife in a thumbnail and it did really, really well, just like your wife was in that one and did well.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I mean, I would never say I used my wife like that, but that's okay.
Yeah, I would say that we're a partnership and she decided to be a part of this video. That would probably be the more 2024 way to put it. But
yeah, Kevin has 19,000 views. It says Unforgivable, 19,000 views. Losing eBay reseller subscribers over these two issues. So what are the two issues? It's probably been a month since the video came out.
Just tell us. Nobody watched it.
No one's going back to watch that month-old video. So tell us what it is.
Yeah, it's a month-old video. Just tell us. You want to get behind the mind of the madness here.
It was stupid. One was over the fact that I said that promoted listings is not necessary for everybody.
Yeah.
That's
pretty-
and I lost. You
kinda
know how
messed up.
Well,
like, at the
especially if they're
beginning
in
a
the
video
pocket of
loses-
eBay and eBay's
Exactly.
promoting
If
their
you have
stuff,
fandom,
and
you
if
don't need
own
it. That's for sure. With
Bonanza,
all the fans you have,
yeah.
Well, that was.
I mean,
my
I would have
point.
unsubscribed because of that. If I were subscribed, I
Yes.
would have.
You could
Is if
subscribe
I'm
to
in the pocket-
unsubscribe.
Subscribed. Maybe I'll
If I'm
subscribe
gonna
and
do that now.
unsubscribe.
If I'm in the pocket of eBay, shouldn't I be promoted?
Wait, I'm unsubscribing from you. All right, I'm unsubscribed.
Anyway,
We're not going
do
to
you
use
know?
logic here. We're
do
just
you-
going to accuse you of stuff.
Do you know, like when a video starts, a lot of times you'll lose a sub or 2
Mhm.
at the beginning, and then it starts to climb,
Yeah.
right? So when
Oh, this is good. Every
it
time
came
he
out, when
makes
about
him,
promoted listings, I lost like 11 subs. Oh, did it go in and out?
yeah, say it again.
Yeah.
I lost 11. At the beginning of a video, you lose a bunch of subs. So I lost
Yeah,
11
maybe you
subs
do.
within a minute or two.
Wow.
Well, you lose a few. It just kind of bobbles a little bit before it goes
Maybe
up.
it's
At
like the
least mine do.
45-second banjo start to your video. That's
I
off-putting
think
for
here's
people.
my theory is if somebody goes to the channel and unsubscribes from the channel without being on a video, they have to ascribe that unsub to a video is what I'm thinking. And so you see those at the beginning of videos. I could be totally wrong. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
The one that lost me the most subs is the July 4th video when I literally mentioned a part of the Declaration of Independence. And people were like, this thing's getting political and whatever. And I lost I mean, I gained eventually on that video. I'm like,
Well, listen, while he cuts out Carrie, let's talk about Declaration of Independence because I have made an impulse purchase.
Yeah.
An impulse buy, and I tried to get Carrie to come out and do it with me.
My favorite part of Declaration of Independence is where they're dancing on the rooftop and then the laser from the ship just gets them all. That's my favorite part.
That's
from
Independence Day, but same idea. So
same basic.
I made the
premise.
just quick decision to go see Hamilton in New York City with my family in August on the way home. So we're literally going to go and we're going to see Hamilton on Broadway, and it is an outlandishly expensive random impulse buy by an ADHD person. These things happen sometimes. I sent my wife, well, actually, I was fed a TikTok right after I did this to instantly feed me the guilt. And then I sent it to Tina, but it was like, what's it like being ADHD? And the guy is like, being ADHD is like when you get up to get a glass of water, and then on the way, change careers, start a new hobby, spend way too much money on a vacation you can't afford, but you want to do it anyway, so you do it, and then sit on the couch and realize you forgot your water. But yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
that's me, man. I feel I'm not ADHD and I haven't been diagnosed, but man, I do that. Oh, maybe it's just age. I can't tell you. I do that stuff all day, every day.
8,000 just sidetracks constantly.
Well, I do. I was excited because I just bought new glasses like last month, about like 4 weeks ago, because I had lost my other two pair that I got. And then I immediately lost the first one from the two new ones. And then I couldn't find my second pair that I just bought like 2-3 weeks before. And then I found them exactly where I put them, like which was the glove box. No, I'm talking about like prescription glasses so I can see and legally drive. Basically, they were in the place where I just didn't look thoroughly enough, because usually if it's kind of hard for me to find, I just tell Dawn and she'll find it for me. That's kind of how our relationship is. She bails me out always for everything.
I just got a $56 offer on Mercari.
Do it.
For a golf club. Coca-Cola putter. Coca-Cola putter. Should I take it?
Dude, Coca-Cola
putter?
Yeah.
I wonder if Don's brother's buying it.
Is it my brother?
I
Oh,
wonder
is it Don's brother?
It might
Dude, that's
be.
really on theme, isn't it? That's
He's on vacation right now. We're
Is it
meeting him
going
in
to
Illinois.
Utah?
So.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, is it
Dude,
going
it's
to Utah?
possible. Look, this is it. I don't know if see? It says Coca-Cola right in that middle thing there. I had it listed for 75, but I couldn't find a comp, so I'll take 56, whatever. And I also got I'm a golf bro because I just got a offer on a Nike Sumo, which seems very low, $35. Would you take that on
Speaking
a Sumo?
of golf, bro, how's Mulligans doing? Are you guys still pushing that pretty
I
well?
sold something on Mulligans the other day. Yeah.
Oh, I have four
No,
sales.
it's
I have
not,
4
we're
sales
not pushing
on
it
there.
right now. It's kind of a placeholder for
the
district growing,
spring?
so that just so that there's a golf marketplace in there, and if it starts to ramp up like it looks like it is, then we'll be able to push it. Me and Eric and Uncle Steve. So we'll see about it. But right now it's Dibit, and I'm not giving up on Dibit at all. I'm doing well over there. I'm sorry, Dave, that you're not, but I just have to think it's your strategies. That's all.
Yeah, I guess.
Or your pathetic 17,000 view videos, apparently, that nobody wants.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah, no,
that is
I'm just.
bad.
Oh well, no, I don't care.
Craigslist Hunter went live
Listen,
the other day, and he was selling stuff like
I'm
crazy.
fine with the amount of views I get. My point was that you look at me like I got to
know
bring the
your
audience.
point. I know.
You know, you got the bigger audience to
we
bring.
all have to bring the audience.
I've been doing it. I've been doing everything I
did a
can.
giveaway show. Every single order, I gave away stuff. Every single
Kevin,
one.
if you were to say who is putting the least effort into
Which
Dibit,
actually has
don't
out of
answer
this
that.
group,
Don't don't put baby.
There's
Don't
no
put baby into the corner. Don't do that.
There's no question. Dave, I appreciate you very much. Very much. And Carrie, I can't wait
when
to see
Carrie
you,
starts trying with
I
his
can't wait to
card
see you
stuff,
either.
there's gonna be that payoff. We're just waiting for it. Where Carrie starts
Guys,
trying with his
I'm a
card
late
stuff.
bloomer, guys.
when he's finally off whatnot payroll,
Mhm.
then maybe he'll come over.
That's
I
the
know
problem.
I'm
once
not
I
on
got
Whatnot
once I got
payroll,
your
so
once
I'm
I got a
Dibit
food
man.
channel making me enough to get a new house, and once I got whatever Kevin's peddling, I'll be comfortable enough to do it. But right now,
You know,
I got to
even
make
with
sure.
my
Harry,
food channel, I
you
ain't
should
making
use
Kevin
my
money.
Shop Commons.
I am going to. I honestly, seriously would have probably
Dave
listed.
will just be collecting more money.
I would have listed something already on
Indeed.
Shop Commons. Honestly, I think it's a good idea, but I'm gone. And I say that, and now
Hey.
I don't have to back it up because I'm on vacation, so you can
Dude,
assume I really would.
Sell that
And
Coke
I hope I
collection.
will.
Sell the whole
8%
Coke
fees.
collection right there.
8%
list it-
fees. I thought
list it
I
on
got it for
Commons.
less. What is going on with this?
Oh yeah, you do. I'm sorry.
just
It's
went up.
8% free fees. I'm not selling it on Commons.
But Carrie, you won't ever check it, so I'll just put it like.
You might. You're right. You
15%
probably
for
should
Listen,
Carrie.
just sneak
I
that
will
in.
say, Kevin,
Check
there's
it.
one minor temptation as a marketplace owner to take that
Yeah.
same bulk lot and just put it on Dibit and pay even less fees.
Well,
We
you
should call. We
You
should. Me and Dave should start a new one
should.
called Shop Better Commons.
Yeah,
Dot-
shop uncommons.
Dot
Uncommon.
NZ. We'll get
we
the New
just-
Zealand market.
He probably hasn't trademarked Commonwealth Picker.
No,
Let's
he
just
has-
call it
he
that.
probably has it in the
I
Commonwealth.
have not.
There you go,
I
guys.
have
Picker.
not.
But
I'm
you
not
Don't
like
say that. You
Rod.
better go do it before this video comes
I'm not
out.
like Rod, who's going to send Veros out to people on eBay if they use picking and punching merch.
Did he?
He's the problem. Rod, you're the problem.
Did he officially get the
Rod
trademark?
told
I
me
know
to
he
do
was
it.
trying
Just-
to. I don't know. Okay, so dang it. What was
I'm
I
using
Mexican
picking and
arbitrage
punching,
is
and Rod can't
copyrighted.
stop me. I'm gonna ignore his cease and desist letters.
Put that in the title of this video right there.
What, picking and
Picking and
punching?
punching.
Like literally just
Yeah.
break his little
Just
his little heart.
totally.
We just
Mhm.
purchased the trademark for picking and punching
See if-
cards.
see if we can
Let's get
Rod
the
to
cards
sue
trademark,
us.
and then we'll have like some power. Then we can use his thing because we own his thing.
We got a question from Treasure
Leverage.
Everywhere. Treasure Everywhere 24K. How many garage sales do you typically go to on a Saturday? Kevin, you just went out on Saturday. How
depends.
many did you hit?
I just went out on Saturday. It was a poor Saturday, so there were, I think, close enough for me to go to. There were 14 that I could have gone to,
Okay.
and I went to 11 of them.
Yeah.
Now, on a good Sat, like if it's like the good season in the fall or the late spring, I could easily go to 30, 40. If you're at a highway sale, you go to 70. I mean, it just depends.
Yeah. Carrie?
I don't know. What about
Carrie
you?
would
How
be
about
zero.
back in? No, let's say back in my
Carrie,
heyday.
what are
Let's
you
not
asking,
judge me
Carrie?
based off the last 3 years you've known me.
Okay.
Let's go to old Carrie back when he wasn't doing content. I did like 30 or 40. We used to do the circuit in Salt Lake City. We would start on the East Bench near downtown Salt Lake, drive all the way down to almost Provo and back around. We would hit like 20, 30 some days. So
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
in
now
the good
zero,
times,
pretty much.
Yeah. In
A
the
heavy
good
zero.
times, like good seasons, it is like Carrie said. In a community sale, it could hit 40, right?
Yeah, that's
40 to
true.
50 on a community sale. If it's not a community sale, it depends on how much you're driving. So there's been days where I've had a list of 35 and I've hit 12. There's been days where I've hit 20. It really depends on the drive and how good they are. And I was talking to Tina. This is an interesting thing. She wants to like niche down and just do makeup. And I was telling her, I said, honestly, like going out alone on a Saturday when I'm out with my mom, you could probably hit every sale in our town in an hour and a half because you just go, see if they have it, ask if they have any they're not putting out yet, and then you go to the next one. 5 minutes at each sale. 5 minutes at
Is
each
that
sale.
what you do? Pull up? Y'all putting out?
Yeah, well, putting out makeup. Putting out makeup, Kevin.
Yeah.
So I was telling her that, like, if you niche down, I think it's quicker. If you're like me
Totally,
and
100%.
Kevin and Carrie, where you're looking at everything and Dawn and digging through all the bins and all that stuff, like it's just gonna take a lot
when
longer.
Uncle Steve's in only golf club mode, he literally goes, "You got any?" Looks around. You got any golf club? Nope.
Next
Get back in
sale,
the
next
car.
sale, next
Which
sale.
What I
is
do
why he
with
doesn't
my
like going.
cards, man. Like I'm mostly looking for sports stuff and cards, and I don't want to deal with $15-$20 items unless they're like stuff I like. If it's super valuable,
You would have
stuff,
bought
then
that
I'll-
Green Bay stuff I saw probably.
Oh yeah, I would have
Yeah,
bought
all
that
the
for
pennants
sure.
and stuff,
I mean, I
yeah.
love hats. I picked up a couple hats today. I picked up. That's like the one thing I pick up at every thrift. It's annoying because it's in every one of my videos, like for TikTok. But that's the one thing I can find at every thrift store in
Hats were
America. Every one.
Dead to me, and now they're doing good.
Yeah, mine started picking up
Shit,
too. It's just kind of ebbs and flows. But
Hey, I sold some on Mercari too. What do you know?
Oh, look at you! It's a weird Mercari resurgence, you know.
yeah, I gave
Yeah,
up on
look at
Mercari
that.
a while ago. Again,
Full price on Mercari too.
Hmm.
That doesn't happen all the time. I like it.
I was gonna-
I've only sold one thing on Bonanza in July. That's all I sold.
Well,
J-Ride
can you
says he
fix-
sells like 8 things a week or
And
something.
you're
I don't
feeding
believe
all
him.
the
I can see
traffic
your numbers.
from Bonanza to yourself with the back end
He's
stuff.
making me
You know
money,
what?
though,
I
as long
got
as
a
he keeps doing it.
Bonanza sale. I got a
Oh,
Bonanza
Look
sale.
at you.
Yeah.
You just
It's
checked
from
it?
May.
So
You
2
better
weeks
ship
ago?
it.
No. It was like probably 3 days ago. I sold a whole
No, you're good.
bunch of Onita flatware, silverware,
Nice.
but stainless steel silverware.
That's
It was,
something somebody
So
would
write
buy
it
from
down, Dave.
Bonanza.
Here's
'Cause
my
they need
question.
it to cross the
well,
Oregon Trail.
and every buyer on Bonanza has 0 feedback. Like they're like, I don't know how I'm here or where I'm at,
I don't know
but
why
I'm
I
gonna
had
give
to
my
sign
credit
up for
card
this.
info to this random
Yeah,
site.
I don't know
Yep.
why I had to mail in my credit card info, but okay.
I bought something off Bonanza many years ago before I ever knew it was a selling platform. That's how I found it. And it was a scam.
Oh, really?
They sent me, I don't even, they sent me, because they have
Good
to
advertising.
send tracking to show it was tracking. And they sent me something, but I think it was like a piece of junk mail that had something that I would have never recognized. And it showed tracking delivered.
Yeah.
Like this, they never sent me
I
this.
feel like anybody who's bought something on Bonanzas, there's a level of surprise at the end. They're like, wait, this was on a thing called Bonanza? Because, like, isn't it just, like, all siphoned in from Google and stuff? I don't know. Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I don't want Big
works,
Bonanza after me, Kevin, so don't send them after me.
Well, so I had a question about it though. Basically, I think it was $130 order full of silverware. They paid $30 to ship it. I generated the label with Bonanza. The label was $10. Do I get that extra $20?
For what's the extra 20? You charge them for shipping?
Well,
and
Bonanza charged them $30 to ship it. When I created the label was $10. Who gets the $20 difference? Me or Bonanza?
Kevin or Dave?
I would
Who
think
gets the money?
you would get it.
Kevin, you own the company. You should know. Did you get 20 extra bucks from that sale? Just let us know.
I think Kevin just
I
has
hope
VAs
so.
run it, to be fair.
Well, Rockstar Flipper is offering 5 free listings if you've never used his free listing service before. So get on over there.
Oh, good. Get on over there.
Yeah, I also got
You get
I
a
got
commission
fed
for that?
I got fed a video on TikTok today. Maybe you've seen it because it got like 1 million views. This girl found a Chuck E. Cheese souvenir cup in the bins, and it's like banned because it's a little bit promiscuous looking. It looks like the straw is his. Have you seen that video?
No.
But I thought that was kind of that's the kind of
No,
reselling
I was
content we
listening
need
to you
make.
describe it, though. Please continue.
I'm done describing it.
Did you see Jimmy? Jimmy found a old satin circus jacket, Carrie.
Ooh.
You should buy it.
Dude, that's, their
need
chances
it.
are
many-
it won't fit
How many
me, but yeah.
blood stains on it or other stains are on
Exactly.
It's
Typically
got
on a
shit
satin,
sticking out of it still.
typically, because it's so close to Caesar's Palace, there's usually some wound right on the
In
back.
the back.
he got my
Dave
reference.
doesn't get that.
he too.
Yeah,
he-
Caesar stabbed
Mini.
someone in the back.
yeah.
Colts Comics.
Close enough. Close
Colts
enough.
Comics says, which items from your childhood do you wish you had now to resell?
That's it. Oh, I saw me in I was a fat kid. I had a big old belly when I was a little guy, and so I had every picture's got me in a vintage Star Wars T-shirt.
That was the Goonies.
Like,
When I was watching the
Underoos
Goonies, I
stuff.
couldn't help look at their clothes and be like, "Yo, look at that!" He had a Purple Rain shirt on. Yeah, it was 1985, so you know it was vintage, guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Mouth
I was
Purple Rain shirt.
rocking a lot of Bugle Boy back in the Bugle
Oh,
Boys.
dude,
You guys
me
remember
too. That
Bugle
is not a
Boys?
bolo. Yeah, it's not a bolo.
It's not a bolo, but
I think
it must
Big
have been
Dog,
cheap.
Big Dog might be a bolo though.
Big Dog.
Big Dog is a little bit.
Yeah,
I've sold some of the like button ups with all the dogs on it and stuff. It's
I don't
pretty
think
awesome.
is it defunct? Is it gone?
No, it's still around. I
Oh,
think
okay.
they're still making stuff.
Big
yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah, I remember
that's-
Big
You probably
Johnson.
remember
That's
Big
Kevin's
Big
other page,
Johnson.
other thing you can go check out. If you
I
want
mean,
to.
to answer your
right.
question, I can't.
Dot
My
net.
brain instantly
Dot
went to Stretch Armstrong. That's like if I had like
So
a really
I-
nice condition,
Stretch
Armstrong.
Armstrong,
It-
Sorry, go ahead, Kev. If you have something more important to say.
Mine was probably the rest of the LJN, the ring
Mhm.
for LJN.
That's
and
wrestling,
all
guys.
those. I mean, they're not worth that much, but the rings can, if you have a fully intact ring in good shape or some in the box, is crazy good money.
Do you know what
That
I
was
love
probably
from
it for me.
This is maybe more your era, although I was part of it, but I was really young. The Muscle Men. I love all the miniature toys from the 80s and 90s, and there's
Yep.
still a good bolo. Army Ants, Muscle Men. I loved Monsters in my pocket or in your pocket. They're in somebody's pocket and they're monsters, so watch out. Those are great.
Yeah.
I love Food Fighters. I got a bunch of Food Fighters for my 7th birthday. And guess where I had my 7th birthday, guys? Your first guess is probably
Chuck E.
correct.
Cheese,
Chuck E. Cheese.
That was actually a really good guess. But what's
Pizza Hut.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, there we go.
There
I
you
had
go.
it at McDonald's,
Oh, yeah, there you
1990. And I got a bunch of Food Fighters. I guess they were on clearance or something. And I
Well,
love them.
the other thing I am thinking of is anything from Small Soldiers. That
Small
was like
Soldiers
that was
is a
my
good
jam.
one.
So like Gorgonites, or I have some of those on my shelf. Like those are really cool. And I don't know. The problem is, Colt asked us what we'd want to resell. I don't know if I'd want to resell those. I just want to have them.
I like reselling stuff I like, though. I mean, I'll resell any old toy.
Yeah.
I really would, personally. But there's some I collect.
This is an interesting comment from Carol C. Suggestion. There is a YouTube reseller named Thrift Boss. I think you should reach out to him. He's located in the Southeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thrift Boss. How you doing?
It's probably Thrift Boss who left the message.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you heard of him?
I've never heard of Thrift Boss, but this is officially, we're reaching out to you. We don't know for what
Hi,
ends or
Thrift
what
Boss.
reason, but how are you?
Okay, here we go. I found his channel. Okay. He has other channels. I produce horror films. YouTube.com/Salem House Films. That sounds kind of cool. And then
Dave sent me like a thing for voice acting the other day. I thought
yeah,
about
did you
doing
reach
it.
out? You should do it.
No, I probably should. I kind of
have to
want to
look
do
at
that
his horror
stuff,
films.
honestly.
Yeah, anyways, Thrift Boss. So someone wants us to reach out to him. I don't know his number, but I was thinking
Hey, Thrift
about
Boss.
shutting off my Instagram, like just deleting it.
Why? You
I don't-
should use
I
it.
don't use
You
it.
don't use it anyway.
I don't use it.
Well,
It
you're
doesn't
not
generate
using
any
it,
money.
so-
You always reshare. Oh,
But
I
all
forgot to
my
share
Instagram
videos
really
today.
does is make people feel like I'm not paying attention to them.
Yeah, it's exactly.
So why don't I
right,
just
yeah.
turn it off?
Why
I'm
don't
not
you
gonna
just
look
put
at
in
it.
your bio
I-
that I do not respond to any messages? It's nothing personal. It would be funny.
I could, yeah.
Or like Facebook. Facebook allows you to give a canned response saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I get so many
Dude.
messages on here. I don't respond
But I
on
don't
here."
like going on Instagram.
Don't do it, Dave, because if there becomes a way to actually monetize it a little bit more in the future, don't waste what you
Eh.
built.
Just
Leave it
just
dormant.
put on there, respond to, and then put Rod's email.
True,
Put
and I
Rod's
think
email.
it probably, other than stories, I haven't put a post
Please
on there.
contact my Rod.
There,
Just put
yeah.
that.
Contact
Please
my Rod.
contact
my
my
rod.
Rod.
Yeah.
Well,
and then give
I was the reason
Kevin's
this
Big
came to my
Johnson
mind.
account.
The
link.
reason this came to my mind is I was like, I need to make a Instagram for AI Kitchen. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Then a bunch of people are gonna be messaging me about AI Kitchen, and I've got enough going on in my life. I don't need a bunch more messages.
Dude, I love Instagram. I don't know why you're not in. I know why you're not into it, but it's huge, man.
Yeah.
Kevin's on Instagram all the time too.
I'm not.
I love it.
Yeah, I love Instagram.
But I love
myself.
it because I love it, not because I make money off of it.
I
Not
really
because-
enjoy
I
it.
used
I
to
love
think
it
the
too, yeah.
cross promotion was really important, and I just don't think it's that important.
I would argue that my
cross-promote like that.
favorite site over YouTube, TikTok, and everything is Instagram. I make the least amount of
Mine
money
too.
on Instagram, but I love the overall because there's so many angles of Instagram. I really enjoy Instagram.
Really.
Honestly,
I make like
really do.
$3 a month.
I have no interest. In
I've made
Instagram.
like 500.
I opened
but,
the
like,
app
it's
and I'm
because they
like-
finally started
Nice.
paying for Reels again.
I
They
open the
didn't for
Instagram
years.
app and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then I close it. I don't know what it's for.
Well,
what is it
most
for?
people are just they're looking at attractive people. That's
No,
what
but,
most
like,
people
listen,
do.
Lazy Facebook.
Okay, so you can watch short form. I can do that on TikTok. So I don't really need Instagram
Stories
for that.
are huge.
Okay.
I love
There's not really
stories, like-
pictures anymore, and I don't watch stories.
Then you could get rid of TikTok and just do it on Instagram. There's stories.
I think
Sure,
TikTok's
what are you talking
algorithm is
about?
better than Instagram's.
No, I'm saying I love stories, man.
Yeah.
Don't you agree, Carrie, that you
Yeah,
get
no,
stuff you're
TikTok
more
has the best
interested in on
algorithm.
TikTok than Instagram? On Instagram, I don't really get stuff I'm interested in.
TikTok
I'm
by
just like,
far still head and shoulders
Yeah.
best
You guys are
algorithm.
un-American.
Yeah.
Un-American. Both of
Well,
you.
maybe a little.
Yeah.
I've been to many other countries, so
Yeah,
that's
I'm a
fine.
world traveler. I've been to Estonia. I've been to a lot of places.
That's true. He has.
Latvia.
Okay, so anyways,
I don't know about
Azerbaijan.
Nick
never been there.
Foles asked this question. I
Uzbekistan.
honestly don't think either of these guys will have been to both of these restaurants. I have. Maybe you have. Nick Foles says, which is better,
The
Culvy's
cooker guy.
or
bragging.
Culver's or Freddy's? Culver's or Freddy's?
I've been to both.
Oh, you have.
I don't really care for either.
Okay.
Never
I'm not
even
like
heard
a
of it.
That
shake
doesn't
and
answer the
hamburger
question, Carrie.
guy.
You have to pick one.
Which
or the
one's
other.
better? I've been to Freddy's once and Culver's like 5 times. I'd say they're both. Gosh, I don't really like either. I don't know. They're
It's
both
it's
equally
close.
not good.
Freddy's is substantially better, like by 10 miles.
I've been to
I heard
Freddy's once.
Fuddruckers is out of business.
Freddy's has this
Yeah,
really
remember
good
the
fry
Fuddruckers?
seasoning.
We used to do the.
Do you remember
they had
what
like
that
a
was
challenge.
called in the movie? What's the challenge, Carrie?
There used to be. Oh no, dude! I don't know if this was a. I think they had a Fuddrucker challenge at least in Utah where like you'd eat like a 3-pound burger and all this. We did it for back.
Yes,
in the day
I
when
remember
we were
that.
kids.
It was like a full pound
tried
of
to get
beef,
it-
2 pounds of
Yeah,
beef.
you had to like you get like a T-shirt, but then you'd immediately have to go to the hospital. And usually, I mean, the hospital bill was more than the T-shirt value.
Do you remember what the name of Fuddruckers was in the movie Idiocracy?
Oh, dude,
Don't say it. Nope.
I don't know
say it. I'll tell you after
I
the
don't
show.
remember.
Never saw
Oh,
the
I think I
movie.
might know. Can I say it?
Some of the commenters will say it, I'm sure. Look in the comments. I'm sure
Hard
someone
saying it right now.
someone's screaming it. Anyway, so Kevin, you've not been to either?
No, never.
So
heard of
Culver's
it.
is very greasy to me and it makes me feel sick.
Culver's sounds
yeah,
a little.
that's
They're
pretty
kind of
popular.
like
It's everywhere.
all-American diners. They're kind of like what,
But
like
Freddy's-
shakes
Freddy's
and
just has a better
hamburgers and
burger than me.
fries.
Yeah, a better burger and better fries. So for
I had
me, it's
Shake
Freddy's.
Shack for the first time like a week and a
Shake
half
Shack
ago.
is the
Eh,
bomb.
It's good, but it's like I'm not a hamburger guy. If I'm gonna get a hamburger, I'm going to In-N-Out.
No, you know
still.
what? My favorite thing is Shake Shack.
And it's
though,
not the best hamburger,
hold
but it's
on.
my favorite.
My favorite thing is Shake Shack is their chicken tenders. So
See,
you
that
just
maybe
did
I
it
need to
wrong.
try that.
Yeah, try their chicken tenders next time. They're the bomb. Is there a sweet spot in the length of time between uploading videos to a YouTube channel? Do new uploads slow the rate of views for previous videos?
Ooh,
Dude.
Dave wanted to talk about this.
I'm just going down the list here. Sweet Peas Attic asked this question.
Okay. Hey, well, this is good because I can't. There's no previous videos that I haven't already talked about, so it's hard for me to pull up your comments. So don't be mad at me.
Yeah.
It's Dave's
Yeah,
fault.
that's fine.
Yes,
Well, no,
yes.
I went to
I
our
agree.
community page and I said, any questions for tonight's podcast recording? And these are brand new, hot off the press. I've never even
Hot
read
off
them.
the presses.
So
I
Do you
wouldn't.
want to say who put that so we can
Sweet
shout out their
Peas
channel
Attic.
since they're
Sweet Peas
Patreon?
Attic.
I wouldn't do
Oh.
what I do.
no, it's not on
like-
Patreon. It's on YouTube. It's literally on the YouTube community
Oh,
page.
a member?
Nope. Just
Oh,
community
the community
page.
page. Gotcha.
Sorry, Carrie.
I wouldn't do 3 videos in 1 week and then not do another video for 3 weeks like I typically do. So that
Like
don't
Carrie.
do that.
So the question
what Kevin
was,
does.
is there a
I think
sweet
so.
spot in the length of time between uploading videos?
Kevin has a good
Okay,
answer
so
for this.
I think we'll both give our opinion. For me, I think more than a week, especially if you're new, is a mistake. I think you should try to do at least once a week. You can do 2 to 3 times a week. I think daily can hurt you. I do think daily can hurt you. I think you want to give it at least at 48 hours, 24 or 48 hours, at least every other day.
Depends on the style of the show.
True.
right?
Yeah, Crazy
A
Lamp
daily
Lady
doesn't hurt
does
some
daily.
people.
Yeah.
Well, but that may hurt.
I think
them
daily
not. It
could
doesn't
work
actually just
better
tons of views.
if it's a personality channel and not all about your finds. Like it's actually
Or
like
reaction.
a reaction. Yeah.
to the news, to whatever that's just constantly changing. That could be, but in our niche, I don't see much benefit in doing more than say 3 in a
Yeah,
week.
when I
don't
was
see much
trying
benefit at
really
all.
hard to grow at the very beginning, I was doing 3 to 4 a week. And then as I had more viewers, I slowed it down because I took it from 3 to 4 a week down to 2 a week. And I didn't see a change in the number of views I was getting
Yeah.
per week. I was still
Yep,
getting the same
per
number
week.
of views overall, and I was doing less.
Although I will say, the
videos.
more you put out in the beginning, the higher rate chance that you have of one of them
Exactly.
popping.
That's why I think 3 to 4
So
is
I think
fine
at the
in the beginning.
yeah, my
The
goodness,
more you put
that's
out,
more
the
than
better.
fine.
Well, 3 to 4 to
That's
me
my
is like
motto.
an every other day upload schedule, right? 3 to 4 is like every other day, put up a video. If you can make that much content and it's good content, I would say
I think the
if you
key
can
is
get
good
better
content, too.
quality content by doing 1 a
Dave
week
told
or 2 a
me-
week, then do better quality but less.
This isn't what you said on the secret podcast, though. You said every other day is what you told us.
Let's see when.
On the secret podcast, you said your schedule is every other day.
No, I was talking
you told
about
us.
just my current
Oh,
schedule
you did.
across 4 different channels, not one channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was
That's
across
just-
all my
Every
channels.
other day is just one channel. That's
Yeah,
not the other.
I'm talking about
channels. That's
one
true.
channel every other day. I wouldn't do more than, is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is only one channel ever.
Yes.
It's a singular channel forever.
Yeah.
You gotta watch this secret episode. All right.
So yeah,
I
got in
didn't
trouble
catch that
for
one at
selling
first
a
either.
Dukes of Hazzard item the other day too. I had an unsub for it. I got that.
you got a what?
Yeah.
He's,
I got
he's
an unsub
rambling
for selling a
again.
Dukes of
Was that English?
Dukes of Hazzard item.
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard. Okay.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay.
Every now and then, Kevin will just ramble about something from
And
the
we're just like,
70s.
what?
We don't know what's happening. He's like, Chips, that episode was great where Eric Estrada was just driving.
But
Like,
okay,
what?
so interestingly enough, I'm on this thread for cookers on Facebook, and this guy was asking the same question about frequency of uploads, and he's currently doing one video a month. I watched the one video he does. It's insane. It's so good. It's
like
like
Mr. Beast level, like
yeah, no, he actually
3 people enter the kitchen, 2 die.
He has like one flaw, but I didn't want to call him out on it. He doesn't have that
should've.
YouTube like hook style where you're like grab, but like it's very cinematic, like a feature film, like Kevin Costner's new Western joint, right? It's something like that where it's
5
beautifully
minutes of
shot.
Cows in the
Exactly.
pasture.
It's literally that like Tarantino style slow, and people love that. But I was, he was asking, he's like, is one enough? I'm not getting any traction. And I was like, listen, in the beginning, when you're trying to get followers, you need to have a punchy thumbnail and a punchy hook and a punchy title, and you have none of that.
Get a
saturation.
Yeah, you have
Get
none
it.
of
You
that.
saturate. You want to get a Karen involved. Have her interrupt you cooking
Because
at
you
some
gotta
point.
you gotta
possibly.
convince people they must click to see what's going on, and then when they're in there, they're either gonna like you or not. And if they like you, they're gonna come back, even when your thumbnails do get a little more boring as you go on and become
Yeah.
complacent.
At some
like
point,
I've
you're
done.
just going to be putting random clip art.
Mhm.
And just like sometimes you're gonna take your hat off because that's exciting for your followers for some reason. It's weird.
Dave, maybe you could be the new tech instead of reselling, since you've got all these channels
Yeah, dude.
and you're so successful. You could start a like a Patreon for YouTube advice.
Maybe if I get like 3 play buttons. I feel like I need at least 3 play buttons to make that 4 play buttons.
Yeah.
5
and
would
right
be safe,
behind
though.
you in the video.
Yeah, right behind me, 4 play buttons.
And a
I found
BMW.
you can buy
You have
them.
to have enough that you can use one as a booster seat, and it wouldn't matter because you'd still have a full wall behind you.
You can buy
I'll
play
send
buttons.
you one for Commonwealth
Yeah, you can
Picker.
buy play buttons on eBay for like $80. Any color you want.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're super real.
Than buying them off of there.
Okay, so Bama Jaybird Resell said, when
do
do
it.
you plan on hosting another meetup? Never. Literally never. We said this. Not enough of you bought tickets. We're still holding a grudge, so never. You did this to yourself,
CrossFit.
Bama. I don't remember seeing you there. You did it to
you
yourself.
didn't show up
In
to
2
the
days.
Orlando bash, and let me tell you, it was a bash.
It was a
and you
bash.
guys missed out.
It was.
You missed out.
We were vibing. We were vibing.
We were
guys.
vibing.
Yeah.
There was miniature golf with Harry Tornado, and let me tell
Harold
you, there's
Tornado.
no more exciting experience than that.
He
Just him
cheated
bragging
on
the
that.
whole
Let me tell you.
time.
When you golf, you're supposed to go in order. Whoever had the lowest score on the last hole goes first. He went last every single time, and he was reading Haley's putts, and she almost beat him anyway.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, Josh.
Yeah, he brought
Yeah.
out like the old timey gauges they used in ship sailing, so
Brought
he
his
could get the
own
wind.
He did
and
bring his
stuff.
own putter and then
think it was
proceeded
an
to
Odyssey,
leave it
brought his own
at
putter,
the
yeah.
golf course. That was cool.
That's when you know you've made it
And
on
Dave resold
YouTube.
it.
You bring your own golf
should've
equipment to
resold it.
mini golf, and then you don't even care if you take it home with you. That's when you've made it at that
It's like,
point. I don't need it. I'll have others.
Did you see he talk about clickbait? You see his title today or whenever this was about his failing business, which we brought out on this podcast that he is $500,000 in debt. So Josh, you're welcome for the advice.
He's taking a page out of the
video.
Lindy Glenn book then? I feel like
Like,
every
he's
video
gonna
she
do, like,
does is about her failing
a
business.
6-video arc and then you got to do the rising like a phoenix arc, and then you got to fail
Dave, that
again.
was one of your first really successful flipper videos. Was I quit?
Yeah. So
you're-
what
you
is
should be talking.
Josh talking about? He's talking about something before they're reselling?
Yeah, he's talking about his woodworking business, I think,
yeah.
or insurance or something like that. I
He
think.
failed at
was his
several
day job.
businesses,
Insurance
so
was
which
his day
one?
job. Yeah, he fails at a lot. I'm looking forward
Better
to
than
him
Carrie's
failing at the
story.
next
I
item.
failed it.
Yeah, I didn't even fail at a
Fast food.
business. I failed at
Failed
an
at
entry-level
showing up.
job
You
that
failed.
a teenager is oftentimes
Carrie,
successful
You
in.
failed the business.
Good news when you get here,
what
Duncan's
it is.
paying $11.60 an hour. So
Dude,
if you want me to get you an app,
do you think I should start talking
Free
about
coffee.
my real job on my channel?
you should. Yeah, your Dunkin' Donuts, cafe
I
lattes.
I love what I call them the
Hey,
double
y'all,
D's, the double D's, Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey,
Just Dunkin'
Dibit is growing so much, y'all. We just hit 4K members, and that was 2 weeks ago. So 4K for Dibit.
So go there now,
There you
guys. I
go.
bet we're at
Guys,
4,001.
Dibit will change your life. This is one thing I can
by the way-
guarantee. You won't be the same person once you've entered the Dibit.
Mm-hmm.
And we also did we promised that 20%, we'd try to keep sellers at 20%, and it's at 800. So it's exactly 20%. And we got called out for that.
So if we lose one person, we have to cull a seller as well. We have to
If that person
also
had one
Yeah,
foot
we
or
have
two.
to
deny a
delete
seller.
Yeah,
We have to delete a seller.
we're coming for you, 1 foot
No,
flipper.
we have to delete 1/5. Well, that's it. I was just going to say we have to delete 1/5 of a seller.
Okay, Mateo.
'Cause it's
Yeah, no, we
20%
get it.
if you
We get it.
lose
Yeah,
a seller.
It's not great. Mateo said, "Have you tried to sell an item that has a really bad cigarette odor? Is there anything you can do to fix that? I have some books that I just sold, and they have that really bad cigarette smell."
Kevin?
Mike,
Well,
the death
first,
pile
if you
picker,
can't
everything he
solve
sells smells like that.
Yeah, everything.
Books
Everything
are
in
hard.
Kevin's place smells like
Not
Zin.
true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and sadness.
Books are hard. Y'all. Books are hard. I don't have any advice for books. I do have advice for clothes and hats,
it's
though.
true, though. I've been there.
You really have got to air them out for a long time and put air fresheners in the pocket, in the little lint or whatever you call them, dryer sheets and whatever. And I just aired them out forever, and it worked.
Really?
Now there's Odaban and there's a few different things, but
It's just
I put a sweet Lee. I don't know what kind of jackets are those. It was like a $250 jacket, and it was bad. And I hung it up forever, and then I just stuck it in this little cabinet out on my front porch for like 6 months, and then I remembered it was there. Took it out. It didn't smell anymore.
I feel like
So,
if it's like an
fresh air.
old Lee, like what kind of jacket was it? Like a jean jacket?
It was a Lee. Yeah, but I'm talking.
I would
old
expect
stuff.
that to
Look
smell
up
like
Lee.
cigarette smoke. I would be upset if it didn't when
Yeah.
it arrived.
It's like a worker, like
Yeah, that's
somebody like almost like a prison coat almost. That's kind of what it reminded me of. That heavy denim, like in Shawshank,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Kevin remembers.
All right, so here's what I would do for cigarette
prison
smelling
was
books. Number 1, absorb the odor. Baking soda. Place the book in a sealed container with an open box of baking soda and leave it for a few days to a week. Baking soda is an excellent absorbing tool. Activated charcoal, similar to baking soda. Activated charcoal can absorb smell. Place a book in a sealed container with a few pieces of activated charcoal.
How do you activate it?
Or they sell activated charcoal. Or cat litter. Unscented cat litter can absorb odors.
Cat litter.
Air out the books. Fresh air.
Okay.
Use a fan.
Makes sense.
Use deodorizing agents
it
such as fabric softener sheets, which I think is just what Kevin said. Coffee grounds. Place book in a sealed container with coffee grounds. Freeze the books. Place the books in a sealed plastic bag and put them in the freezer for a few days. The cold can neutralize the odor. Use vinegar, fumes. Place a small cup of white vinegar in a sealed container with the book. Do not let the vinegar touch the book.
Seems like a lot of work. That book better be worth
simple
some money.
way. Here's a simple solution. It's just like if you have like a tweak. If you have a tweak in your shoulder, if you injure another part of your body worse, you stop worrying about the tweak in your shoulder. So douse it with gasoline. The gasoline smell will be so overpowering, people won't even notice the cigarette smell.
Okay, so someone responded to my community thing, and I had said, any questions for tonight's podcast? And Alan said, no questions, but you guys are awesome. Can you please shout out my YouTube channel, Stump Eats? Stump Eats. So check out Stump Eats. Yeah,
Stump Eats, guys. If Stump Eats isn't a part of your daily lifestyle, then I don't know what you're doing.
I was talking to Tina about that. I said, you got ADH Dave picks, and then the offshoot is flips, right? What is the offshoot of a cooking channel? It's an eating channel, right? So I think that's got to be the next channel is like, eating with
Davey, Davey Avocado.
And I'm just reviewing. I've sampled it on this channel here, right? I'm just eating the Taco Bell Cheez-It burrito on a
just
channel.
Call it
Mukbang.
Nobody Cares Chunky.
Dave's
Chunky.
Dave's destination 600 pounds. Something
Chunky
like
Eats. Chunky Eats.
My destination.
Yeah. Instead of a weight loss channel, do a weight gain channel and just like show your progress.
Yeah. Oh, look, guys, I gained 50 pounds today.
What's that guy? Morgan Turlock or something?
Spurlock?
What's that guy's name who died?
Yeah, he was Spurlock.
Yeah,
he did the Super Size Me guy.
Thing. Yeah,
I can't believe he died. That's crazy. He stopped eating McDonald's too, so maybe we should eat McDonald's. It's very confusing.
No, because Richard Simmons died too, and he was
a fit fella. Yeah, a lot of people died. Shannon Doherty died.
Really.
Did you see that?
Think about that.
A lot of people.
No,
she did.
That is true.
Really?
She died.
Today.
She did. We're dating this.
Yeah,
podcast.
We're dating the podcast now. 3 people died this weekend: Shannon Doherty,
so now
Dr. Ruth, and
Dr.
Richard
Ruth.
Simmons.
Yeah,
all died.
More than that. because Shelley Duvall died.
Shelley
too.
Duvall did.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and almost the president, ex-president. That would have been 5 of them. It's like eBay return.
Elvis died in 1977.
Bumps Junk 69 said, "What are your thoughts on starting over?"
Wait, what was that? Say it again.
Bumps Junk 69
Okay.
said,
Could be reversed. That.
"What are your thoughts on starting over on
Junk
a
bumps.
20-year-old store? Does it really matter if you're a seasoned seller or new seller on eBay? Last straw sales are
That's
this is
a
a
good
last straw
question.
sales are
20 years is an
Well, Tina
epic time
listed
gap.
Tina listed 10 things of makeup yesterday. Competitive, like lowest price on the market, decent stuff that people are looking for. She has 0 views on any of it. So I think with a brand new store, like there's some time before eBay starts showing your stuff.
So yeah, that might be true.
But if you haven't used an account for, they haven't used the account for 20
No,
years?
he's been using it and
They
he's
said
sick of
low
not
sales.
selling.
Just
I would
post good
delist
stuff.
everything before I did that. I would delist everything and go over every listing and repost them and see how that works first.
Yeah, I don't really think a new store is going to change your lack of sales.
I think the best thing is if you can go right.
Band, which isn't even
I would
real.
delete everything. And I would, if you're able to. Right now, there's record heat in the in Palm Springs area. I'd go out there. I'd take some Hiawatha, and I'd commune a little bit with Kryloff and see if you can understand what's really happening inside you and inside of your eBay store, and then come back
I saw people cooking eggs on their sidewalks. I saw people cooking eggs on their sidewalks in Vegas.
Vegas was 121 degrees last week.
That's
day.
That's nuts.
I'm not built for that.
No, it was 86 here for the last 2 weeks, but it feels gross.
It's been 100 here in Utah, and I feel like I'm at a tropical resort. Yeah. I'm like, look at how nice and cool it is.
It's only 100.
It's only 100. People are complaining? Come on.
Wolfman Goody said, "When is Kevin leaving the podcast? I'm working on my calendar of who to watch." What does that mean, Wolfman? You're not going to watch when he's here? Or wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah, or are you going to watch? Are you going to start watching when Kevin leaves? Maybe that's what he's in.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to watch until Kevin's gone. I think that's really what he's trying to say.
So my wife, we're eating lunch the other day, and we walk out, and there's this giant beetle on the ground, and she's like, "Look at this thing." And I'm like, I just had this idea. I'm like, oh, let's do an eBay. Let's do a short real quick. And I said, Google Lens that thing. And it came up on eBay. That we could have sold that beetle for $50-$60.
You can't sell live animals on eBay or insects.
No, it was dying. It was going to.
So you were going to finish the job, then sell it?
People are selling dead beetles?
Yeah.
This really does tie into your other hobby well, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is a really strange way to sidetrack what we were talking about, but all right.
Rhinoceros beetle or Hercules beetle.
Oh, the ones with the big noses.
They're selling them. Yeah. His thing was massive. And she's like, it's dying. Can we save it? I'm like, well, we can move it. And so we moved it off the sidewalk to some bush somewhere. And I'm like, it's going to die. Maybe you should have brought it home. Anybody sell dead bugs?
Are you guys going to check to see if it died later and then sell it?
Dynasties, Hercules, Rhino Beetle, 3 larvae, $100.
Dang.
Interesting.
Maybe you should just start hunting them. Like a way to get out the...
Well, or you should just start selling your collection of dead beetles. I like hearing that twice. I have a great voice. There he is. Okay, Kevin.
That thing, $85.
Kevin, we got this question from Biggs Collectibles. How many hours per week are you spending on social media? Filming, editing, and planning. Planning. I don't plan, but anyways. Kevin, go ahead.
Yes, you do. Filming, editing, planning. 30-ish, 35, 40 maybe.
Okay. I don't have an answer. I don't know. I do things in big bulk batches, Biggs Collectibles, so I'll spend 3 weeks
20,
working
30
on
hours,
it. And then
most of which is on shorts, though, for me.
I spent all of June, every morning in June for 3 weeks editing picker footage so that I wouldn't have to think about picker footage until August 15th. So I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to... I really don't plan. The only thing I plan is...
When are you back selling or buying again?
The only...
and that's not...
The only planning I do is ingredients for cooking videos. Anyways, what?
That's not counting the overlap either. I'm not counting going to garage sales because to me, that's my reselling. Yeah. So I don't really count that as social media. But I guess I don't know how you differentiate.
It's just they're both intertwined.
So, Carrie, to answer your question, you asked, when am I going to start buying again? Probably August. probably August. There is a big 100-mile sale coming up in September. Kevin, are you coming down to that? Maybe potentially.
Flee across Florida.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that.
90%.
We're doing that,
chance.
and we're going apparently as far away as possible from my house. We're gonna go to freaking South Alabama, basically, where Mike lives, and pick over there. He's basically an Alabama resident.
But that's like super
Florida.
country though. You're gonna find some cool stuff.
Yeah,
out
I think
there.
it should be
There's
good. It should be good. So we're gonna do that in September, but also there's Memorial Day or Labor Day at the Webster. Definitely gonna hit that up. The Browns will start kicking off again in September. So September is when it really blows up.
Probably coming down in November.
Yep. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. So
maybe Carrie will be there.
I hope so, man. My goal is when at the very latest, the time I went this last year, January, to Webster and everything, my first visit. I'd love to be living there by that point and actually get most of the season before it starts to get too hot. That'd be ideal. That's the goal.
It'd be awesome. Tech could ignore you at the flea market.
Me and Tech are really good friends now. Me and Tech talk about life. I'm just kidding. We don't, but we're good friends now.
So yeah, I mean,
he didn't get canceled, and that video did really well.
I know, and he should have been. And no offense, but he should have been.
Well, yeah. So to answer your question, mid-August is when I'll start picking around here. Because I'm really out of stuff to list, except for the stuff in my container, which a lot of the stuff in my container...
You could have listed those hats you didn't buy the other day.
Yeah, true. A lot of the stuff in my container is stuff that's really prime for auctions. I've got stacks of books, and I think just $1 book auctions, which, can I sell that
You're
on
not
Dibit?
out of stuff to list.
Can I sell that on Dibit,
Come on.
Kevin?
You telling me there's nothing...
There's stuff.
You're breaking the Dibit rules, by the way. You're giving a bad example.
That's why I'm going to sell them on Whatnot, and then you're going to yell at me for selling them on Whatnot, because it's books.
You're right.
So,
well,
yeah, you tell me what you want me to do. Just books, not pop culture books, just books.
Well, I don't think it's that big a deal to sell off a bunch of stuff and then mix in a couple things that are if they're live.
But so I have
not on the site, but I
have a shelf full of books. I have a shelf full of VHS, a shelf full of DVDs, a shelf full of CDs. I've got a shelf full of shoes, a shelf full of clothing.
You should start a thrift store, dude. You should start a thrift store in that.
Well, my point is I think for me that sort of stuff I don't really like listing on eBay. It's better to just do a dedicated book auction and a dedicated shoe auction.
Why don't you just do it in one big lot on Shop Commons?
I'm telling you, Dave, I did it. I don't know if it's still working by then, but I have now listed 12 things, 11 have sold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like that, one package, boom, gone. I had a ton of Rolling Stones that I bought dirt cheap. And I'm like, man, I just never get to them.
Kevin's the only guy who goes to someone's house and just buys the Stones on their driveway. How much for these Rolling Stones? I'm going to sell them on Commons.
That's true. That's I'd say top 3 joke of the podcast right there.
That
was good because it was it was really good.
Rolling Stones comedy
rock.
probably probably was a good.
I like
joke
it
back
because
in the
it's
70s.
a band and it's also I was thinking, is he talking about actual stones the physical
I didn't know because
I didn't know or if there was the band members there and he was picking them up because they're so tiny and frail and old.
I got all these decorative stones that are, a good size, that are clean and nice, and I got my daughter putting RR on all of them and putting them on CommonWealthPicker.com. So
RR, is that railroad reseller? Why is she putting railroad reseller? No, that's
the reseller rock that he got a car accident.
Oh no!
So hope he's well.
For a second there, I thought Dave was going to stop the podcast right on that. That's why I laughed. I hope he's okay. He's a good dude.
Before you stop the podcast, is Dave? You took the advice of taking time off from me, but that was because I had ample amount of merchandise. I don't know if it's a great idea if you're truly out of stuff to sell to not source.
I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to source again when I get home.
You're not on vacation now.
What are you doing right now?
I'm going on vacation in 6 days.
Yeah, you don't get. Yeah.
How many vacations are you going to take? By the way, if you
Kevin's asking you this, by the way, Kevin.
I was ripped for taking too many vacations. When Dave's cooking channel blows up, y'all, just as it has, just watch.
Enjoy the Flipper channel while it's there. Is what I would advise.
That's right.
Enjoy his
the Flipper
kookiness.
channel ties you. You can't take vacations with a flipper channel. You can with picking channels. You can with cooking channels. You got to flip.
Because a year from now, Dave's going to be making all his money off cooking and storage daddies. And that's where all his income's going to be coming from. That's going to be it.
Storage daddies.
I don't know.
Very good.
We'll